Welcome to CT Casual, your favorite podcast here in the central Connecticut area. I'm the original dad bod, Christopher Crespo, joined to me by my co-hosts today. We got Rocky, the original King of England. We got the jittery Jacob. There's not really much you want to say about that guy. And then there's today our special guest, not really usually on this show, CFO of a Half-Life Start, Francisco Pons.
Greetings. Hello, hello. Thank you. Insert audio of people clapping and cheering.
Yeah. All right. So we had such a great conversation before the mics were on, and I'm almost kind of pissed off that it was so good. So a couple of cool things. I can't get a Popeye's chicken sandwich anywhere in this goddamn state, and I'm hearing it's better than Chick-fil-A.
They're literally the best
Impossible
chicken sandwiches I've ever had.
Never
No,
had
it's an absolute difference.
Are you sure?
Absolute difference.
We might have to do like a side-by-side comparison for the next
Honestly,
episode.
get us the chicken sandwiches.
Who's got Uber Eats?
I'm from the state Chick-fil-A started in. It doesn't even hold a candle.
I don't know. It's hard to believe,
close.
man. It's hard to believe. I'm going to have to try it.
I never had
It's
one.
just a chicken sandwich on a fucking bun with pickles.
Pickles
okay.
are gross.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They make
I hate pickles.
They make this really, really good sauce.
Can't do it.
Something about the South and pickles. I just want to punch them in the face.
Picklebacks,
Just
anyone?
shitty cucumbers.
Picklebacks
That's what they are. They're
around. Just
shitty
kidding.
cucumbers.
I'm offended.
Who isn't these days? Am I right? Just kidding,
That
everybody.
offends me.
Oh, come on. The offended corner. Couple of crazy things happening in our world today. I made a status about this, but I'm going to say it for podcast sake. Isn't it weird? Every fucking time we have an election, all this crazy shit happens? Or is it just me? Like, and I mean it from, we got the Amazon is on fire. How did that even happen? We're going to go to that in a second. Don't answer. There's shootings like every fucking weekend. I feel like my kids can't even go to a hot air balloon festival because I'm like, some guy's going to come in and just be like, blowing everybody away at an air balloon festival. The safest thing you could think of. And I keep forgetting my reusable bag every time I go to Stop and Shop. And
They
it's
have
really
paper bags until the end of August, so you're fine.
still.
So
They gave us one for free.
Are they getting rid of paper bags now?
No, they're being banned in Connecticut, but they charge 10 cents.
It's going to suck for a little bit, and then,
Yeah.
but it's all for the better.
I went to a business, like a
How the
business.
tree,
I went
bro.
to oh my God, guys. I had a couple of these boysenberry dead summer ale beer thingies from this brewery next door. Shout out to Counterweight Brewing Co.
Are they native to CT?
They're right across
next
the
door.
street.
Oh, they are.
Sponsoring now.
They are right.
I
Just
wish.
lost that sponsorship. Thanks a lot.
Shit.
Hey,
Anyway.
no drink.
What are we on about?
Well, we were talking about the rampancy of a lot of these crazy phenomena. And actually, I don't even look at elections. I'm looking at the fact that Jeffrey Epstein's found dead in his jail cell, and then there are 2 mass shootings right after.
Explain more about this situation.
So there was a lot of information that he was divulging to the courts before he was put back in prison. Solitary confinement, air quotes, whatever you want to decide that is.
Yep.
And then we have those 2 mass shootings happen. It was Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso, Texas?
Yep.
Yeah. So both of those happened in the span of like a few hours after all of that information was divulged, and then Epstein is found dead in his cell.
Is that why, maybe that's why, because I have no idea who Epstein...
And what was happening in 2001 when 9/11 happened? The government admitted that they lost trillions of dollars and had no idea where it went. And that was on the news, and no one talked about it.
Well, what information was he leaking?
Well, basically the people that he was working with, the people that he was delivering these children to, the people he was delivering he was a sex trafficker, so he was delivering underage girls and boys to all these very, very high level people.
Well, Corey Feldman came out of that whole kind of pedophile ring.
No, this has been going on forever.
Yeah.
No, this has been going on since the beginning of time at this point.
Pedophiles.
Gross.
It was rampant in Roman culture.
Do you reckon it is just a cult that dates back to the Roman Empire?
Well, actually, that's pretty weird to think about. I was watching a documentary on Rasputin. You were there. He did a lot of his weird Christian rituals in bathhouses in Russia. And that bathhouse, that idea of the bathhouse actually spans across the globe to a lot of like Middle Eastern areas. You can pull up a picture of it.
Yeah.
The temple that was on Lolita Island looks exactly like a bathhouse in Aleppo, Syria. It's uncanny.
So what does that mean though? Like
That a lot of these people that are in high places, and I don't want to sound like Alex Jones here, but they tend to partake in a lot of these weird ritualistic like acts. And they like to use a lot of really strange symbolism that dates back to a lot of cults.
Well, that's why religions. We still have
It's very creepy.
Stonemasons and like the Illuminati symbols and stuff
yeah.
like that.
No,
that's
of
why
course.
it's still so like, prevalent.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was a Mason.
My tattoo artist is a Mason.
I have no idea. He didn't explain it to me. I don't even, or if he did, I don't remember.
There's certain levels. So my tattoo artist Dom is a Mason, and they're not supposed to talk about anything. Shout out to Brass City in Waterbury, Connecticut, right off of Congress. Best tattoos you'll ever get,
for sure.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird, but they kind of keep everything hidden for quite a few levels, kind of like Scientology, where it's like, oh, like, we'll help you do all this stuff and you can come do charity work for us. And like, we'll teach you a couple of things that like help your own life. And then eventually you break into those upper tiers, and that's when things start getting a little creepy.
That fucking honestly, man,
it's a little scary.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm interested in it. It's very interesting. But
Jacob comes in. He's a Mason. He has like the secret markings. It's like, I can't tell you what I do, but just know if I end up like this guy Epstein, you know who it was.
Because he was a pedophile.
It was because of the pedophiles.
Yep.
Gosh.
Is it pedophiles or pedophiles?
Pedophile.
Interdimensional
Yeah, I
pedophiles.
guess it depends where you're from.
Either way, they should just burn in fucking hell.
That's what we do in England. We call them a pedo.
Pedo? Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
feel like
pedo.
How many pedos do you know in England?
Oh, they're on lists. Like you can find out where they are. It's like here where
Yeah, here,
you can
there's
go
like a-
online.
But I mean, like,
directory
have
Have you ever
you-
looked at
have you
that
ever,
map?
like,
By
just
the
been
way,
chilling?
that
No,
map
I'm
is
creepy.
that map
I think that's creepy,
terrifies
man.
me.
It's fucking creeps me out.
They're
I don't want to know.
they're
How about
everywhere.
now? I have little girls, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's the scariest thing on earth.
You should fucking look at that site, man.
No.
Yeah, don't.
You wanna
Because
know
there's
that
gonna be
shit,
like,
scare the
no,
shit out
you
of
want to
them.
know why? Because like last year, I live in a nice little town. I'm not gonna dox myself, but I live in a nice like.
Lives at 123.
Yeah. Anyway, don't tell anyone. I live in like a nice area. You know, it's quiet, it's chill. Like no one's bothering anyone. Neighbors are nice. Like everything's cool. And then a fucking dentist gets found out. Like this dentist in Meriden starts drugging women and is like raping them. Yeah. Like, and he lived next to my house. Like we went to, I'm pretty sure we went to this dude's house, like trick or treating. Like that. What? Weird, right? Right? That's scary as fuck.
For one thing, why is
Oh, look at a fucking map.
Why is
I'm never gonna take my kids outside.
You're gonna build a fortress, dude.
No. I'm gonna fucking be like, oh, you guys want to hang out with your friends? Imaginary friends were really cool when I was a kid. Get on it. Uncreative little. You don't need real friends. Everyone can be here if you close your eyes and just go, yeah, I'm in a safe space. I use that term now.
Wait, that was a weird tangent we went on. What were we?
We went
Someone
from
brought up the Amazon fires.
that was brought
Yeah,
up,
what's going on? Okay.
Well, that's a similar thing, but do you know like what's actually happening in Brazil?
In Brazil?
Yeah, that's where this is happening.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Jacob, I mean, honestly, man, you're the one. You're like the walking thesaurus of life.
I suck
even know if
information
that's
all
sort of
week,
what I'm
and then
really
I come on the podcast.
What caused it?
Well,
Who caused it?
the big problems happening right now is that a lot of the indigenous peoples in Brazil won a lawsuit against these corporations that wanted to do agricultural farming, factory farming, like animal agriculture in Brazil through the rainforest. They wanted to chop down the trees and put up a bunch of farms. The indigenous people went to court. They are their lands. They are allowed to stay on those lands. So after that goes down, all of a sudden,
Suddenly out of
the
nowhere,
woods are on
a
fire.
Fucking fire.
Like,
So
you kind of just have to put two and two together at that point because there's already evidence of it. The natives are coming out and saying this is happening on purpose.
So my thing was this. It's like, unfortunately, man, you just kind of go on Facebook and see these things happen. And I'm one of those people who kind of just goes on Facebook and you see this shit happen. And honestly, man, I'm just so sick and tired of seeing such negative shit that honestly just gets turned into fucking memes within the hour. And I'm just sick and tired of it. Like, I just don't care. I don't read the article anymore. It's somebody's getting shot or something's on fire or something's damaged or it's just always something. And I'm just one of those people now that I'm like, I can't focus on that life. Like, I got a whole life here. And if I keep on thinking about all the bad shit going on in the world, like I said before, I'm not even going to want to take my kids outside.
Well, that's the problem, too. If we're talking about Facebook, all of those algorithms are made so that you're just supposed to get angry and negative all day because that's what gets the most clicks. It's what gets the most money. That's how those algorithms are driven. That's how almost all social media is. Twitter is a garbage dump. I will never have a Twitter account.
Oh, I have a Twitter.
Unless
it's great.
Unless this gets huge, and then I'll deal with it.
I want you to do. Like, I'm all D&D on Twitter, so that's all that comes up in my feed.
Follow us on Twitter at
well, that's
Half-Life
fine.
Start.
But when you're someone like me that gets drunk and at like 9 o'clock at night, I just want to type something a little spicy. Then I got 5,000 people screaming at me. I'm getting doxxed.
That's when you mute
My house
people.
is being stalked.
Oh, God.
What am I gonna do?
Is this
Get a
really
gun.
happening to you?
No,
This is
I don't
the
want it
status
to
quo.
happen. I have a wonderful girlfriend that I don't want to be hurt by weird people that don't agree with me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing sometimes, like, especially like this being episode 1.
The Phantom Menace.
Big thing is, like, I hope that people who listen to this just understand we have our own opinions on stuff, and that doesn't mean you have to come hunt us down about the things we say. Just
But
don't
you
listen.
should.
What?
You should hunt Rocky down.
Yeah, hunt Rocky down because the first thing he'll do is
He'll
hop on a
debate you.
fucking plane and be out of here. He has an
He'll master
escape.
debate you.
There's collateral damage.
But, like, all right.
It is a little scary nowadays with the political violence that's going on that's still being ignored as actual political violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I mean, how are you not going to get angry? You got, like, you know, you got the most angry guy in the world running the country. Like,
Who's trying
I'm
to get rid of an
sorry.
amendment?
I'm so sick of politicians, and Trump is not a politician, so good enough for me. That's all I have to say.
I mean, I get it. I just kind of think, like, during the Trump era, the memes have just been unbeatable. Like, you have, and it's the sad
Fresh.
thing. All right, let me
Fresh fucking memes.
fresh fucking memes. Thanks. I hope he's making money off of that.
None of his political opponents
He's
are
not.
mad because most of the media companies that lean to the left are making so much money off of just covering this one guy.
That's true, man.
Even like the car ads on the radio, dude. Every time it's in the radio,
Oh
it's
my
always like some trying to
God, it's
some
now
car
it's-
dealership like using Trump's voice.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
Dude, Trump, and now
and
Putin's on
it's
there
always
too.
Yeah, comrade.
Comrade, do you want to buy a Kia?
You can get 2 for 2. Or no, it's 2 for 2.22.
Thanks a lot, Pootie.
It's absurd, man. It's so funny though. Like every time I hear it, they're so smart about it. Because every time I fucking hear it, I just fucking laugh. I can't.
You
It's
can't
funny
get
as
mad.
fuck.
I
dude.
don't. I want nothing to do with
Honestly,
either
we
side.
should be taking care of, like, people on our end. Like, people, you know, like, I believe in just, you know, helping people like Lil Poe.
Okay. Are we gonna get into that? Are we gonna
Papa
get into
Penguin.
that?
Papa Penguin, Papa Pop Tarts. Yeah, he's got a video. So this guy's on. He's from Cheshire originally.
Yeah.
You can see him on the highways asking for money in
Meriden,
in Meriden,
From
Connecticut.
Cheshire, isn't that like a well-to-do-ish type of
Cheshire.
area?
It
For the
has
most
some-
part,
it
yeah.
has some
For the most part, it's like a
parts. It has
retire.
some
There's a
parts.
lot of retirement like homes in Cheshire. But yeah, there's a high school.
Cheshire got
so-
money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but this guy don't.
People settle down over there.
This guy apparently don't.
He got money
sides of
now.
money.
Right? So my thing is,
Well, he
this.
doesn't have money. Here's the thing. All the money he gets. So from begging on the street, everybody who's giving him money goes towards him producing his own music. So he uses that money to pay for studio time. He lives in the homeless, or he stays at the homeless shelters. He eats over there. He eats at the charity places. And I'm assuming all he has for possessions is the backpack and his cell phone. It seems like, because he's posting on his Twitter, it's at Lil Poe 1. He does a daily vlog. Like, he just posted this picture 7 hours ago.
How many homeless people have a fucking Twitter? What is going on?
He's got Instagram. I'm assuming he's got
Oh
Instagram.
my
Well, the
God.
big thing today is I think being homeless in like the early 1900s and today are completely different.
Yeah.
A lot of people choose to be homeless. A lot of people don't choose to be homeless, but the ones who choose to be homeless actually make a pretty good amount of money depending on where you're living. In California, it's huge. New York, also huge.
If you can make
it's
it
so
as a homeless
easy to
person
make
in
money
New York, you
spanging,
can
it's
make it.
ridiculous.
New York for sure. When I stayed in New York to do some courses over there, and for a week, and there was one guy who had a sign up, and it was like, need money for pizza and weed, and I was like, it gave me a chuckle. I gave him like 50 cents.
Exactly.
So I think I know who you're talking about because listen,
Same sign, damn it.
he had the same sign, but I was with
not
like,
original
this
anymore.
was years ago, dude. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we go up there for her college field trip. She was like, they're going to like the Met, like to go to like see the museum, and I'm like, man, fuck the Met. We're going to Manhattan, bitch. So we grabbed a taxi, and like we go out there. We're just like having a fun time in Times Square, and there's a guy who has holding the sign. He's like a really bummy ass looking dude, long hair. And I'm like, dude, I love the sign, so I go to give him $1. He goes, give me $2 and give me the girl. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? He's like, no, come on. So I'm like, he goes, no, it's a thing. Like, I'm a little weirded out.
Okay.
Weirded out that
not,
this old
sir.
guy's trying to reach for my girlfriend was pretty at the time, and like this old bum's like, come here.
Well, this isn't like that performance artist in New York who just walks around in his underwear screaming "I love you" and like bees everywhere. I can't remember the guy's name.
You see a lot
to
of
save
people
my life.
screaming in New York for no
The
reason.
only good
But this guy
performance
grabs her
artist-
and gives her another sign that says "Me Too."
What?
And it was "Will work for pizza and beer," and she was holding the sign "Me Too." it was a funny stage performance, little street performance. I mean, yeah, from our home. I mean, like honestly, Lil Po, you might have to give up the rap game and hold up a sign like that. You get a lot of people giving you $5 for pictures. That could buy a lot of studio time.
What's
Yeah,
the
good.
consensus on Lil Po?
Little Poe.
What's his?
I've seen people like mad at him online on Facebook. Like
He's-
people want to
'cause
go
he's
beat
not
his
homeless.
ass.
He's not homeless.
Well, he's living in shelters, so he technically
He's
doesn't-
homeless.
He technically has no. He doesn't
Or
have a home. to
he's
go to.
claimed to be homeless.
So in the beginning, I did a deep dive because I had no time while I was on vacation. Well, I had so much time, and but apparently his like mother kicked him out or something like that, so he doesn't have anywhere to stay. So he stays in homeless shelters. He's got. I put a video in the thing in the chat that he's got like a video of him in the homeless shelter.
We're gonna
Take
post
that-
that right here.
Po life leveling up. To all the haters doubting the legitimacy of my situation, it's really Po life. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
kicked out living in a homeless shelter.
Yep.
He's doing this like daily vlog thing.
Yep,
and
he's on
people
day
are mad at him.
He's on day 79.
Okay, so if we're looking
And
at
he's
the
vlogging
consensus
daily.
Okay. If we're looking at the consensus, at least in my mind, would I blame the person exploiting the system or would I blame the system that's easily exploited? Because that's a big thing for me.
I mean, yeah, you don't
I
know. You
can't-
really
I
don't know
can't
what
blame
people are
them.
spending on. I mean, most people just assume, no, I'm not giving my money to a hobo. They're
No,
gonna
I'm
just buy
talking
fucking
about
alcohol or
homeless
something.
shelters and all of the resources that certain states provide for
Oh,
homeless
gotcha,
people.
gotcha.
There are actually people who purposefully will be homeless and just use all of these resources, which I mean, more power to you if it's there. I get that. But I think the problem is more with the actual
Yeah.
the resources.
Well, and
the
then
way
you
they're
can't really
being
tell.
divvied out.
You know what I mean? Other than sitting there fucking stalking them.
I mean, let's just be real. You're not really giving this guy money. You're just pre-ordering his album. Right? You're just like, it's not,
much.
you're not
He's got
giving money to a
he's got two
bum.
songs
Like,
out.
let's just
Yeah,
be
he's got two
real.
songs.
Everybody, you're pre-ordering this new fire-ass mixtape from Lil Po. I was calling him Young Po. I think we need to talk some marketing strategies, and I think Young Po might sell a little bit better.
Maybe.
How old is he? Is he like in his 20s? He looks like he's in his 20s.
I think he's 26, he said in the
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah.
The way you pronounce his name is Little Po. Just
Is it like
that.
Lil Po because he's poor?
Lil
or is
Po.
he...
I don't know, but every video it starts and ends with like Po life. So
Po
he's
life.
living that
He's
Po
poing
life.
out
He's
here.
Po.
That
He's
Po
living
life.
that. You know, I heard someone say Po. When we were in Dragon's Lair. Shout out to Dragon's Lair, Wallingford.
Better the tabletop.
Oh, shade.
major shade thrown.
I heard that over there too.
So, all right. So I got to tell you right now, the dude's winning because we're talking about him. You know, we're talking about him so much that,
Should we go find him now?
my thing is
We'll
this.
take a
All
quick
right, if
break.
you want to fight Lil
Message him
Po,
on Twitter. I will message him on
Lil
Twitter.
Po, we're going to message you right now. We want you to come on the podcast, defend yourself, tell us your story. We want to have people actually know who Lil Po is. And, you know, at this point, you can really show the people, are you a scumbag or are you really trying to create a craft? I think we got to let you come on and decide. So here we go, man. Here's our invitation. CT Casual wants you on the next episode. We'll send an Uber out to come and pick you up.
Please wash yourself
and maybe
first.
I mean, yeah.
he looks clean in his videos.
I don't know.
He doesn't ever look bummy. I mean,
like, we're not
sometimes
trying to
he's got
talk
that beard.
shit, Lil Po, but what's your real name?
He's getting them showers.
Get those showers. Come on, let's talk. Just you. This is a safe spot. This is a spot for you to.
Music when he comes in.
Honestly, yeah. If you got some fire shit. We also got an in-house DJ who can throw down some tracks for you. Yep. Mitch is already shaking his head. Confirmation. Lil Po, you come on here to defend yourself. If the natural consensus, we like you, we'll produce your EP for you.
One song.
Okay. We'll produce one single.
Man
All right, the CFO has spoken. We'll produce one in-house track for you, bro. We'll have an actual beat come in. You can lay it down, and we'll promote it for you. We'll do it for free. Get on down here, bro. Let's do this shit.
I like this. We've lost so many viewers now.
I don't think so, bro. Listen.
I think people will want to hear what he's got to say.
Listen, bro.
So,
he's all over everyone's timeline. Let's bring the fucking kid on.
I think he's local, which is crazy in and of itself.
Bro, CT Casual is built on helping musicians.
Exactly.
Let's be real.
So
he's a
let's just
musician. Yo, whatever. Let's bring him up.
We can get them off the streets, clean them up.
Let's get him.
People really love actually getting to hear from like people that they admire or hate in public. Or
Do we have a
just
little
on
Po
social
sample?
media.
Do we have
It's
a little?
big thing.
Do we have a sample of his music at all?
Yeah, we've got some.
All right, guys, real quick. We're gonna put a little sample of Lil Po's music for y'all, just so you can hear it real quick. Little 5-second clip.
Oh, yeah.
Right here you go. Boom.
I don't think my life means enough to me to care if I.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
You know what? It's not terrible.
all right.
I'm
So
actually gonna
everybody,
admit- yeah.
real quick, we're back. You heard the little quick sample of Young Po's song. We're going to shoot a message on Twitter. We decided that we're going to try to get him on. If he comes on, we get to hear I call him Young Po again. We get to hear Lil Po's story. Let me tell you, bro, I'm a marketing major. Maybe we could work some shit out and switch that name up, dog. Anyway, what do you guys think about Lil Po?
I gotta admit, it sounds like it's radio ready already. The beat was decent.
I have to give it to him. I've watched every single video of his vlogs. I had a lot of time on my hands.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I was in Peru for a week, dude. And during the day, it's not like I'm just gonna go fucking. I just chill.
He's in this, like,
I got the week
nice
off from
place.
work, dude. I just I did what I would have
He's
done.
just
at
like, yo,
home.
I'm in Peru. I'm traveling abroad. Let me fuck my fucking Lil Po,
I watched
dog.
Lil Po for like 2 hours. Deep dive his fucking Twitter. But yeah, no, I mean his.
It sounds like really familiar. It sounds like a lot of stuff out there, but it sounds like it's good. Do you know what I mean?
It's catchy, and that
It's
I mean,
pretty-
catchy.
yeah,
that's what it is.
Catchy sells.
Yeah,
catchy sells.
yeah.
Obviously, if you look at the with like mumble rap and all that stuff, catchy sells.
People
Yeah.
want the hook
You know,
for their
so-
TikToks, basically.
Exactly.
Well, that's how the
The
music industry has
TikToks,
been
the new
forming
Snapchat.
recently.
That's where he
The
should.
new Vine.
The new
he's gotta
Vine. That's
put-
right. Yeah, the new
miss
Vine for
Vine.
sure.
You gotta put your shit on TikTok.
I never
bro.
made a
That's-
Vine.
I never made a TikTok, but I know people are just loving that shit.
Well,
Because
they're
it's the new
loving
Vine.
it for the wrong
Vine
reasons.
too, you know? That's what I was waiting for.
What, Vine?
Yeah.
Vine was sick.
It
Vine
so
was
good.
fun.
And then TikTok came out, and I was so worried that it was going to be like the worst version of Vine.
Well,
and then it slowly
I think-
crawled
nah,
back
Instagram
into
took
Vine.
over Vine.
It is a bad version of it because it's being used by pedophiles.
Oh my God.
I'm
Vine
dead. I'm
was the
dead
same.
serious.
I know
I'm
you
dead
are.
We're back
serious.
on the subject. Hey,
Like that's all that's going on.
you heard it here
It's
first.
getting to Vine quality.
Half-Life Start does not condone pedophilia. We hate them. We do not condone
them.
pedophiles, and we hope they all burn in fucking hell.
Yeah, they will.
That's the last
God.
time we're going to talk about pedophiles.
All right, yeah, we're gonna cut that out. I don't. It's,
No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it so they know we
I'm
don't
I'm
like
reviewing Lil Po's Twitter feed, and he actually did a show a day ago.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, performance at. Oh, he did a birthday party. Looks like a club. Looks like a club.
Oh.
Can also be booked for bar mitzvahs, weddings, and birthday parties. That's
I
good.
love it. Po,
good.
bro, I used to be a promoter, dog.
That's
Not
good.
really. I mean, I did some local shows in a while, but it was cool. Like
He's
we all
on.
did.
This dude's on Spotify, Google Play,
He's on
Amazon, Deezer. I don't know what the fuck is
We
Deezer.
ain't even
It's
on
a weird one.
Spotify.
What's that? Like SoundCloud, Deezer?
Kind of like
Right.
a Spotify-ish
Powered
type
by
thing,
Distro.
right?
So Lil Po, P.O.H. And it looks
I
like
want to know what that stands for.
it
or if
says
it's
Lil
just-
Po 2 Killy.
I wanna
don't know what
know-
2 Killy means. I'd like to ask him.
I want to know if that's
I will.
a take
I will
on
ask
being
him.
poor,
All right, let's
or
shoot
if it's
him.
just a
Let's shoot
random
him a
name.
message.
I'm
We're
doing
gonna hear it
it.
right
I'm doing it
now.
right
We're
now.
shooting Lil Po message. As we get to a confirmation from our dear friend, hopeful friend, Lil Po. We are gonna
He's not doing
take
much,
a quick break.
Welcome to the Spectre Sector.
And we're back, and I hope you guys enjoyed that little audio during our break. That's our in-house DJ Chop Saws. So while we wait for our next guest to arrive, Rocky wants to go over what's going on with YouTube.
So it's good stuff. People aren't getting. I'm choking on skills. So back in the day, which is like a week ago now, if you had like 1 second of copyrighted material, you'd get jumped. You'd get two or three strikes and your account's screwed, basically. YouTube came out and said, we're stopping that. So any copyrighted material, if it was unintentional, won't get striked. And you can have a set amount of time so that you can still be monetized as opposed to demonetized, slashed, deleted off of YouTube completely, which is nice.
It's definitely the easiest thing to get demonetized
Yeah.
on YouTube.
So they're stepping up. They're
That's
Women.
it's an interesting meme there, Dad Bod.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
alright. Looks like a little boy who's looks like he just ate some dirt, but the meme looks pretty bad. Anyway, so from what I heard about this whole YouTube thing is that
they're suing people as well, which is good.
the people who are copywriting
Mhm.
don't get the money on it, so they could still hit the claim, but they're not going to get
Yeah.
the profits on it.
Oh no, they're just doing it so no one else unintentionally or intentionally.
Well,
makes
it's not the
money off of their
companies that were
material.
doing it. So people were doing copyright strikes, and they were doing it automatically. So as soon as a video goes up, they automatically detect the music and they strike them twice.
So you're telling me that Lil Po's music can be jeopardized?
Yes,
Oh no, we can't let that happen.
we got to get him in. He's got to come in.
World needs this music, dude.
It's
But,
very important. Very.
You know,
very important.
and I hate to like trail back to where before we went on the break, but I'm still confused on who started the Amazon fire.
It's Lil Po.
Oh,
no,
Like, that's
You
why
bastard.
That's why we need him in here. He needs to
He needs to
shed
explain
his
himself.
side.
his crimes.
Yeah.
oh
No, man. Lil Po's not.
It's corporation.
No, he'd never do that.
no, it's all about Poe love.
I mean,
How would he get there?
Yeah, how would he get there? Do you want to break that down?
I don't know, man. People got money. And
he's
sometimes-
got money. He's got money.
like we even have
Well,
like
he's showing his post stacks.
Yeah.
But I really think it's like the first 8 bills are probably like 20s.
There
And then the rest are ones.
20s,
The rest
yeah.
are ones. The rest are ones. I'm
saw
almost
a bunch
positive.
of fives as well.
I don't know, man.
No,
Yeah, but
sure.
80% of that is ones. I'll guarantee it.
I hate how this
I'm gonna
is
ask him.
such
I'm gonna
a
ask
hot
him.
topic right now. I really
How much do you reckon he
just
is
wanna meet
getting
him.
a day?
know, man.
At least
I couldn't
like
even figure that out. I mean, how generous are people? It
He has
depends on the
enough
town,
to
I
get
guess.
tattoos.
Yeah, he got a tattoo.
You know,
Well, it's generally lucrative to be homeless. Like spanging is very, very lucrative as long as you're in a good place.
what is?
Spanging.
What's that?
It's when you sit on a corner and you beg for change.
Panhandling.
All right.
I've never heard
King
that
of
word.
England.
That was
I haven't
great.
heard
What one is that again?
Spanging.
Spanging.
Spanging. Yeah, I did that a little while when I was homeless. I
Spanging.
was a little crust punk. It's fun. It was a good time. I mean, sometimes you have to just,
Do what you got to do.
got to go through some hard times,
Yeah.
and then eventually you come up and, hey, I'm a
Just
normal
never
human
heard
being
that
now.
word.
So on the break, like we want to make sure, like I sympathize with people who are homeless, much
No,
like
100%.
most of us do.
Well,
I
me and
experienced
you
it.
We're
Yeah.
both homeless.
Yeah, I experienced it in my life. I mean, I've never panhandled.
No.
Spanging.
Or
that
spanging. Since
Spanged.
we at CT Casual, we like to have a great vocabulary. And if you don't have a good vocabulary, you're very churlish. Look that up in Shaw Stack. Anyway, I mean, like, yeah, I faced homelessness. I never panhandled. I don't feel like I feel like I tried to. I hate to like down the guy, but I had dignity. You know what I mean? But I couldn't let people from like who I know see me like that. And I mean, this dude, yeah, I mean, look, if he's putting the money to fulfilling his dream, my thing is y'all are giving it to him. So you're just
It's his to do once he receives. Once you've given him
yeah.
a $5 out of your pocket or something like that as you're driving by, it's his to do with what he
Exactly.
pleases.
And you know what? I mean, he seems like a really happy kid who, whatever, he smokes weed and stuff and probably drinks a little bit, but dude's posting on.
I don't think he drinks. He talks about being sober on the.
Well, there you go. Yep. I mean, like, there you go. Like, he's not.
That's pretty positive.
If he ain't
That seems
using drugs,
positive.
like, I mean, if he is not using your money to like do drugs, he's trying to use your money for studio time. You know how expensive that shit is? I mean, yeah, we offered to like help him with a single, and it sounds like his music's tight as it is. So it's like, like people post a lot of hate, and
There was a lot of hate.
But who knows, man? This kid might be like a really nice kid, really trying to make it. And like, what if he does blow up and you're all like those people who talk mad shit? So,
Well, then at the
Diane
same.
Oh, we don't
Outta
want to
here.
get into
Let's
Diane
fucking
Ward
get
right
Diane
now.
Ward.
They are
No,
great.
they are in the
Rocky's into
the
goth
hole
punk.
right now. No, if we
Yeah,
want to talk about that,
Yeah.
if we want to get into the controversy around that,
Let's get into it. Explain it to me because I know
Okay.
nothing of this.
go ahead, Rocky.
Hey, you started it. Go for it.
I guess
Diane
so.
Twitter.
Jacob
Well,
Diane
is
Twitter.
currently,
unprecedented. He knows everything about everything.
Well, right now,
Let's Google.
the big problem that's going on in the EDM community with Diantward is that basically Ninja, I forgot the guy's name, but him and Yolandi were heckling this guy because he was gay and calling him the F word. And I think I'm the only one on panel who can actually say the F word.
yeah.
I didn't realize they were like that.
I wouldn't say it even if you could say it.
I
When
agree.
did they
I don't
say
like
it?
the word.
When did they?
Some people
do
are
this?
assholes. And
This
use that term.
was an old video that was resurfaced, and I don't like to go off of these types of things because they could be doctored, but it just seems too genuine for me to just
Right.
brush that off. But basically, Ninja was trying to get Yolandi to say that this man molested her, and that they were going to use that to get him in trouble because he was harassing
Ninja the
them.
streamer, right?
No. No. Sorry, Ninja. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, who cares about that?
No, this is the other guy in Diantward. It's a man and a woman.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, he is Diantward.
He
He
is.
is the answer.
Right. Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's where he gets that name from.
Yes. Exactly.
But,
No, but
I
even-
didn't know that happened.
Even
That's
before
sad.
that, they had a younger girl that they flew out from Australia to basically just like go on tour with them, and they both sexually abused her.
Damn.
Yeah, and she had a serious case of Stockholm syndrome and was stuck in a very abusive triangle with the both of them. They have caused a lot of controversy, not only with their music in particular,
Yeah.
but with their actions outside of it. They're just generally seen as not fun to be around people.
And where's this
I-
band
I-
located?
They're from South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Dude, I love them. Honestly, I love their music. It's so good. It's so out there.
It's something that definitely like I don't know. I've never really liked them.
Oh.
They've grown on me and it's a little catchy and I can listen to it. But then when I start hearing all of these crazy stories, I'm just like, okay, I get it now. I don't want to be a part of that. That's a big thing.
I'd have to read more into it.
Definitely, yeah. No.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, unless they're doing some like really messed up stuff, if they're just like dabbling in like drugs or whatever, then I'm still gonna listen to them. Do you know what I mean? But when it gets that deep to like,
Well, yeah, this is the problem with he said, she said
Yeah.
situations is that you run into who's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
Where is your personal bias in this situation?
Yeah.
And do we have any actual evidence that any of this happened? Now, with the video, that's very clear.
yeah,
It
But
could
then
have
video
been
can be
edited. It
edited.
can be edited, yes. It could be out of context, but we really don't know. We really don't know at this point.
this is why I don't look into that sort of thing. So like, especially after the whole like lost profits thing. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear about the lost
No,
profits?
well, I'm
oh
out of
my!
the loop, man.
It's gonna go back to pedophilia.
It is, unfortunately.
No thanks.
But yeah, if you know on the lost profits issue,
Gotcha.
I don't listen to them anymore. As soon as I found out what happened, I just kind of delete them from all of my music playing devices.
Well, and these situations get really divisive. Like, take a band like Brand New. If you listen to them, I listened to them a lot when I was in high school. They were a very good band, and then the lead singer Jesse is caught up in the string of another he said she said situation of a girl claiming that he took advantage of her when she was underage.
That, you know what? That's happening a lot more recently.
It is.
There's a YouTube channel called Yogscast. Shout out. Those guys are great.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
So they've had 2 or 3 people now. They had the CEO. He's stepped down.
Yes.
And they've had, I think the dude's called Kath, who's kind of one of their like underling YouTube creators. kind
Yeah,
of thing.
he's one of the
out.
lower level ones. He's out entirely
Shin's out
now.
as well. And he was like a high level
Really?
video. That jacket is so loud. I love it.
Stop talking shit. Whatever.
It's like walking through a crisp
Everyone's
autumn
bored
leaves.
about hearing about YouTube anyway. Not just kidding.
Never. But yeah, that just keeps like happening and happening. And I'm glad, like, especially with Yogscast, because like they're so ingrained into like almost English culture and how English people are in a sense that like I'm glad they kind of like snipped it in the bud as soon as. And even the CEO, before anything came out, he was like, I'm stepping down because I was involved in some of that crappy stuff as well.
Yes, and that's
So I gave him props.
Mom
And
just posted that she's addicted to Mindhunter.
I know, I don't care.
It's a good show.
Is it?
No, it's a good show.
Oh man, is that a game?
I saw that
What
and
are
I was
you
like, I have
kids?
no idea what she's doing.
Dude, it's a
or
good
what she's
fucking
going
show,
on.
man. It's about
on Netflix.
What is it? What's it called?
Mindhunter. It's
Mine Hunter.
It's like
Chris Angel.
no,
Is it
not
Chris
Mind
Angel?
Freak.
not Mind Freak. No.
No.
Dude, I used to eat that show alive every time it came on. I'm like,
Like you hated it?
No, I loved it. I fucking loved that show, dude. Every time it was on TV, man, I come home
You were
from
probably
school.
like, wow, how does he do it? Everyone?
It's not real. I know magic's not real.
You have to believe.
Oh my god. No, Mindhunter, dude, it's like cops who use serial killers to figure out crimes. So it's so far I've only seen a couple episodes.
It's fiction, or is it?
You're telling me that this is
It's
about
fiction. It's a show, but it's really good.
So these are detectives that have their own retained Hannibal Lecters to help them solve crimes.
Like I believe they use real criminals,
That's awesome.
like actual real like life criminals.
Yeah.
A-roll?
No, like I think Ted Bundy's in the show, kind of thing. Like not in like real life Ted Bundy, but the actual like. There's an actor.
Recreation.
They have an actor who's playing kind of a
Yeah,
portrait
like a Ted Bundy
of him.
character,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, dude, I'm only like maybe 2 episodes deep.
That's not a bad idea. That's pretty
they,
good.
They did that. They actually did it in real life. If you watch the Ted Bundy thing on YouTube that came out, I think last year, while he was locked up and shit, like he helped the FBI figure out a lot of crimes, and so did Jeffrey Dahmer and all them.
I've heard stuff about Charles Manson
That
as
makes
well.
sense.
So
Well,
they-
Charles Manson, I think, is a different story because I believe that he was being used by
He still did
Secret
Come on,
Service
conspiracy
agencies.
theorists.
And I don't want to get into all
Dude
of that.
was a nut
conspiracy
job.
theorist.
Dude had a swastika on his forehead.
Because he
Mr.
went
Light.
nuts from doing psychedelics that were provided to him by the CIA.
So?
I'm dead serious.
He was still a nut job.
He was a nut job after he did all of the LSD. Did you know
and
that
he did kill people as well.
Did you know that big tech? So here's the real big, like, creepy conspiracy within all of the Manson things. He wasn't the one that wanted to do all of these murders and rip that lady's baby out of her stomach.
Oh, he killed people
fuck.
as well. It's been
That's
documented.
I'm pretty sure that's unproven. I might have to look into more of what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I've not seen any evidence that
look.
he was directly involved.
Just open the damn bag.
It was one of his partners, Big Tex, that actually pushed a lot of that and kind of threw all of the blame on to Charlie.
But the thing with that
I'm not
is-
advocating for
Oh, yeah.
him. I still think he's a nutcase, but these are things that are
He's a
important to know.
nutcase, and he was the ringleader, and he loves the attention. He loved all of the attention he was getting.
You're correct, but
so
you
he
also
probably
have
said,
to.
"I will take all of that. Give me it. Gimme.
He was the perfect guinea pig. Just look into his childhood, you'll understand it.
Oh,
This is how this works. But the problem for me is that you have all these government entities that are preying on people like this to make things happen.
Oh, for sure.
I want to open it here. Yeah, dude. Come on. Bring me that. Bring me that drink.
Fresh drink.
Well, we're going to stop real quick and thank our friends over at Counterweight Brewing Co.
Charles Manson was an inside job.
Yum. Charles Manson was an inside job.
I do get where you're coming from.
Bush did it.
Because like I do feel like
did it.
he did have some backing from the government and CIA and shit like that. But like he knew exactly what he was doing. He was whacked out, and he was his own cult, and he was his own master. And
Well, yeah, he was
He
a
had his
narcissist.
harem,
That's
you know.
how cults work. You
Yeah.
have to have a narcissist at the helm in order for it to continue. Did you see that Scientology is coming to an end?
oh yeah, I'm
Wait, it's
surprised
coming
that's
to an
still
end?
there.
It's coming to. So here's the thing: Scientology is absolutely. It's disgusting in my mind. The way that they portray themselves, and then the actual goings on within the church.
They portray themselves.
They
'Cause I'm
portray
a little ignorant on the
themselves-
Scientology aspect. I know a lot of.
I'm ignorant on half the shit we're
I
talking
know a lot
I'm
of
just listening to
actors.
Jacob.
I know
That's
there's a
fine.
lot of actors in Scientology.
There are, and they're all about to start leaving.
They're amazing.
Oh, really?
Because one of the higher ups was caught actually
What was his
doing
name? It
more
was,
pedophilia. Unfortunately,
It was Babbage, wasn't it? His last
It wa-
name? He
it was-
the highest dude.
it was not Miscavige.
Miscavige.
Miscavige is abusive, mentally
Yeah.
abusive, and a narcissist.
Oh, yeah.
But there was
It was
there was
perfect
another
for it.
high-ranking member who was involved with children. So
I'm
now
not
all of these
surprised.
actors are about to.
What's up with people of power and fucking
Because
doing
they
this?
think-
Well, look back
You can't
to
just
the
be
old.
normal and have a lot of money, man, or
No,
power.
What, these guys becoming pedophiles?
Yeah.
I really think it's this. I think that a lot of the thing is that money, the big thing about money to us is that we want what we can't have yet. And when you have all that money, it's like you have everything you want and you have everything money can buy. Then you start dipping your toes into some dark shit.
Yeah.
Like me, that's why I never want to be rich. Like I never want money beyond my wildest dreams. I still want to desire for things, and I hope I leave this life still desiring things, you know, because I don't want to be at a point where I no longer desire, and I don't want to be at a point where nobody around me desires. Because like I think that's like a big thing that helps us become motivated, and I think it's a thing that makes us good people as we strive for more and more and more. And if you put that in a positive look, you're doing, you know, it can. I think that's what makes us genuinely good people. Like
I agree.
our want and our desire is what strives us to do more and do better. So I think once you have all that money and you have all this stuff and you have everything you've ever wanted, you desire nothing, is when, I don't know, I think, you know, some dark fucking shit happens. I mean, then there's the poor pedophiles who, I mean, I told you we weren't talking about this anymore. God.
It's okay. This is
Then there's
this
just
has
people
been-
who are like super sick. I mean, everyone's super sick. I think that much money can make anybody sick as well.
I agree, but I look at it a little bit differently. The problem is that a lot of people in power, a lot of people who seek jobs and positions of power are, by definition, narcissists. Like, they have a mental problem. They have no empathy. They only care about themselves, and thus they push themselves to heights that other normal people with empathy who don't only focus on themselves can get to. And the problem is that they're looking for further and further power and further money. And the way you get into that is by going to all these rich people's sex rituals that just, it's creepy. It's super creepy.
That's why I don't think Scientology is going away. I think Scientology is taking, don't come after me. Like, if I'm giving away your shit.
No, yeah, we're already getting come after right now.
no.
But like, they're sending their squad here now.
I feel like they're going to go the route of the quote unquote the Illuminati, or like they're going underground as hell, and they're going to try and do what was done back in the day. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think that will work.
They have way too much money.
They will not make enough money.
They have too much money.
Because of this scandal, there are so many of their biggest donors have to pull away because they care about themselves. They don't want to lose their money, their fame, their reputation. If they stay true to this, even after all of the abusive allegations, all of the kidnapping, all of the brainwashing, all of the robbery,
rampant as well.
Very rampant. I saw a podcast with Miscavige's dad on Joe Rogan.
That was good.
Very, very intense.
That was good.
I've dug into this a lot. I love looking into cults like this.
Just watch the Louis Theroux documentary on it. It's really good. I think
that one was very good. He talked to a couple of people I've seen in a couple of different documentaries, and I believe one of them at least, if not more, have already left the church.
They've been hemorrhaging people.
They've
always been hemorrhaging.
If the man running it, whose father knew L. Ron Hubbard, left, there's a problem.
Well, I think wasn't it with the dad, he was just getting worried because it wasn't what he thought it was, and his son was way too high up on the totem pole at that point.
That's the big thing, is Miscavige really changed everything.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard, a whack job fiction writer who started his own religion. If you didn't know that, look it up.
It was a book. It was literally a book, wasn't it?
He's written multiple books, and if you actually look into all the information we know about Scientology, it's pretty wild.
Just don't ask him about Xenu.
No, but it was supposed to be viewed as this self-healing, like self-learning process. It was supposed to be very holistic.
Like Kabbalah or whatever it is.
Kind of, yeah. It was very like more Eastern religion-y in the beginning. And now it's give us your money so that we can give you all this power and fame, and you can be a part of this big church that eventually is going to save you when the world burns.
I saw a video.
As every other cult does, which also all the other cults kind of divulge into weird sexual acts.
Constantly. I saw a breakdown video of the Xenu activators that they have, those two rods with the wires connected, and they test your energy.
What are they called? The thetan meters. Yeah.
They took one of those apart. He bought some dude bought one for like $2,000 on eBay or something. He took it apart.
Do you think you have in you?
Not enough.
None.
4.
None.
You have 4 thetans?
Free.
I'd say 4.
I think I have like
a 4.
I think I have like 6 thetans in me.
6 thetans?
We will never know how many we have in us because
What the fuck are
What did they find? What did he find inside that when he
It's
opened it up?
okay because our souls are
When
going to
he opened it up, what did he find?
he found that it was basically just an electrolyte detector type thing that detects the currents going through you. And they would turn the knob to make it go up and down and be like, oh, you've got X amount of thetans on you.
Poppycock.
This is good. This is good stuff. You're on OT5 now. Sweet.
Do you have like $6 million? We could totally harvest those thetans for you.
Yeah. Like, we'll get those out of your body, and then we won't tell you about Xenu yet. But you'll see Xenu, sure. He'll be here.
Xenu?
No one knows. He's an
Xenu
alien.
is supposed to be this alien being. So let's go back a little
melt
bit
our
just so we
faces.
understand the story. I'm not fully privy to it because unfortunately I don't have $6 million to give, Ron Miscavige for all his money.
So we're going to do a GoFundMe.
So we're going to do a GoFundMe if you'd like to donate so that I can get to the top levels of Scientology and I'll give you the full scope.
We want to get to
We
OT6.
will infiltrate you.
Outer Thetan 6 is what we need.
Yes. So
Send in the Spectre agent.
So L. Ron Hubbard was a sci-fi fiction writer. He wrote stories about these
They
things.
were meant to be all right. They weren't meant to be that bad.
They're not
Apparently they're
the
all right.
best. They're not the best, but they're
They're what you'd expect.
they're better than you would expect.
Yeah.
Basically, he started this religion And it was meant to be a self-healing, like self-teaching thing. But the idea of it is that he is this disgraced naval person. He was in the Navy. He got dishonorably
No
discharged.
fucking money.
That's why all of the Sea Org, the Sea Organization, is a group within Scientology that's meant to be the enforcers and the elite members. They all wear Navy officer uniforms.
Those uniforms
Because
look
he's mad
ridiculous.
because he got
Do they look like legitimate?
legitimate.
Yeah,
they're
they're
very
all
legitimate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of their?
Dude, they look
Little
yeah.
things on, this, on the shoulders, all
Yes, and the hats,
Wow.
and the hats. Have you ever seen any of the award ceremonies that they've done? Like for,
No, I haven't.
for
They're elaborate, man.
Yeah.
They're so elaborate.
that. Like lavish.
yeah. Let's take a
Yeah.
look at some pictures.
I'm
We
on the,
might be able to get a video of one.
I'm on the Scientology LosAngeles.org website.
It is
and-
very, very big in California.
Their website is like, there's a lot of information, but it's very kind of basic. They want to, Dianetics seminar.
One thing to understand as well is that
Okay,
L. Ron
nerd.
Hubbard and most people within Scientology despise therapists, psychiatrists, the entire field of psychology.
Medicine.
They think that medicine, not all medicine,
They like
but
vitamins.
they like vitamins. It's very holistic with air quotes. It's not very good for
No.
people.
That's the crazy thing as well, though, because like a lot of people who came out of Scientology said, yeah, I felt like really good. I like my interpersonal and my vocabulary and my speaking to people skills is great now.
They do that, but they do
Yeah.
that so that you brainwash other
Yeah.
people. They
But you
teach you
brainwash
how to
yourself.
brainwash yourself and other people.
A couple people can teach you how to do that, and then
Yes,
give you
they
those tools.
make
Exactly.
you brainwash.
Trying to start our own cult.
We could, yes.
You know what? We should be one of
A
our
Half-Life
rules.
cult,
Scientology
Half-Life cult?
2.0.
a Half-Life
one-
stout, a Half-Life cult.
We are totally brand marketing everything we can.
Yo, counterweight. Let's link up.
Yo,
Our friends.
a Half-Life stout. Anyway, I want to start a cult where you have to be stoned to death if you dead name people, because dead naming people is pretty shitty. I just saw a post about dead naming. That's pretty fucked up.
What's dead naming?
There's a
For
Dead
someone,
naming, yeah, I get
someone who
that.
transitions, from
Male to female,
one
female
gender
to
to the
male.
other, and they go by a different identity. Like, if I were to transition to and went by Christina, and you kept calling me, I mean, that's a horrible name. Like, horrible. Like, if I went by like Sarah and you kept calling me Chris, even though I identify as Sarah and I'm Sarah, like, this is my life now, just get the fuck out, get over it, and you keep calling me Chris on purpose and maliciously, you're kind of a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, like, you're a fucking douchebag.
Even if you have disagreements with the transgender movement or even the LGBT movement in general, you should still see humanity in other people and still have some respect for
some
your
people
fellow
can't
human
do that.
beings.
Some people are just garbage.
No, it's not that those people can't do it. It's because they're deep into some deep-seated issue that they have with those types of people. I don't
I'm not saying those, but
necessarily
I'm saying
like-
that there are a lot of people like that are just garbage human beings.
Right. I don't necessarily like that dead naming is being used as a weapon now
Yeah.
for people that just literally, they don't understand any of this stuff. This is all still very new to people. Dead naming is more of doing it in a malicious fashion. If I transitioned and changed my name, then if you keep calling me by my original name, then it's going to get disrespectful.
to be
Purposefully,
like,
yes.
I'm not gonna call you that because that's not your name. That's just so rude, dude. Like,
Some people even do that when they get their name like legally changed.
Yes, that's another
which is
thing.
very fucking harsh.
I mean,
honestly.
this is the thing, is like, just people just gotta, I just feel bad. Like again, I scroll through Facebook just now and I just see like these posts and I'm like, come on, man. Like, why can't you got nothing better to do? Like, you got nothing better to do than to make
People
people's
don't.
lives like even more full of like confusion and shit. Like,
It's the algorithms.
that's fucked, man.
I know.
That's
That's
why-
why social media is kind of putting us in a dark place. It's polarizing our culture as far as it physically can. Everybody is split right down the middle. Everything's politicized. Everybody's angry.
Oh man, dude, you kind of wish you can go back just like
I miss the 90s.
a couple days, like a couple years back, bro. Like I want to go back to sophomore year in high school where technology was still like, it was there, You know what I mean? Like,
When you had your Nokia, was the
I mean,
Razor
yeah,
out
I
then?
got a flip phone.
Was the
I was
Razor out back
texting
then?
without looking, dude.
I had the Motorola.
Oh, bro, yo, Mitch knows. He's over here like, yeah, dog. Yeah, dude. Like, yo, I remember being like a sophomore with my flip phone, texting all my friends, not even looking. I'm like, oh, I see what she says. Like my thumb
typing with this.
thumb moved faster than the speed of light, making sure all the biddies knew I'd meet them after.
Did you ever get that new Android phone with the slide out keyboard?
Nah, dude, I was poor.
About the Sidekick.
Yeah, no, the other one. They made another one. The Droid made one.
You talking about just a little flip up with the key?
No, not the flip up.
I
the
remember
slid.
that one. I
It,
remember
like
that
slid
one.
out. Like
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
my
my cousin had
girlfriend.
one.
That was
my
my
girlfriend at the time had
favorite.
one.
They
I
were
was
I
weird.
love that freaking phone.
They
Bro.
didn't make it to England. No one had
Stupidest-
those. They were like, what the hell is this?
Stupidest thing I ever did was sell my gold chain. I got $700 for the gold chain, and my boy sold me an iPhone.
Which iPhone?
I got an iPhone 3GS. This shit was the shit.
I got mine for free because my dad found it in the back of his taxi.
That's pretty dope.
Quids in.
All right. Well, I
Quids
sold
in.
my gold chain, dude, that my grandpa gave me because I was broke. I needed a phone. I needed something that just could connect me to somebody at the time, and I needed food. My stupid ass bought a phone. I needed food more than anything else. But you know, I was a junior in high school, and I needed some clout. So bought a 3GS. Yeah, man, that shit really changed the wave, bro. Like I was like, oh, I'm on Facebook. Oh, I feel like that just like people took like how fun it was to just being douchebags about it. Like everyone's
We
a
never
prick.
had this thing at my school. I went to an all-boys school, and all anyone wanted to do was knock the shit out of each other. There was no clout. There was
Because
no girls.
That's normal.
That's
That's
what,
very
yeah.
normal
Yeah.
male behavior. That's how you develop.
And people
as
don't know
a
how to
young,
talk
like,
to people
male.
anymore because
No.
of social media. And that's the sad thing, man. It's like we all like got something to say, but we wait till we're behind like our fucking phone screen to say it so that we don't gotta look at people in the eye. That is the most pussy shit about the people today.
You
like
don't pick up on social cues. You don't pick up on body language. You don't get eye contact. You don't know how to properly shake someone's hand.
This is why
you
new
get
memes
none of
are
this.
shit. These weird new memes that are like just garbage memes that make no sense.
All right,
And the
let's
boys
give
going out
us
to
an
crack
example.
one open.
What
And
I
it's so
like
weird.
cracking a cold one open with the boys.
cracking one cold cracking a cold one open with the boys, but we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna be back with Mr. Matthew to give us his take on the new Spider-Man MCU franchise with Disney. See you guys in a few. And we're back from another break, and we have here a guest on our show, Spectre Sector, Matt Allman. How you doing, Matt? How you been, buddy?
Why, I'm just fine, man. Just doing
Get a
best
little
I
closer
can.
to that microphone, baby.
Living the best life I can, bro.
Oh, I'm liking that. Liking that answer. So before we go into our last topic, which I'm really excited about, unfortunately, Rocky wants to talk more about the Scientology stuff. So go ahead, Rock.
Well, it's just a little bit of a throwback because we were talking about how cults are like, basically they are and end up as sex cults. And there's one quote from L. Ron Hubbard: "The adventure is yours to know why you did what you did when you did it, to know what caused those dark and unknown fears which come in nightmares as a child, to know where your moments of pain and pleasure lay." Like that's
It is very creepy, but
Pretty
Elron
damn sexy.
also he
start an ASMR channel with just Rocky talking.
I'm gonna create one of those. I'm
Dude,
gonna
we'll
talk about
produce
dreams
it
and
for
shit.
you right here.
I'll do
Elron
it.
set up the cult to basically like
You and
get
Crystal.
rid of these thetans.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be bad thoughts. That's why they don't
Yeah.
like psychology, because they think you can only get actual psychology through Scientology.
Yeah.
You can only really fix yourself with the church
Well,
by giving them money.
they say that, but they're brainwashing themselves. They're teaching you to just brainwash yourself.
Yeah, no, of
And that's
course.
what it
It's
is.
the same
But-
thing that the Mormons do.
With this quote, the pain and pleasure shit is just screams of like BDSM underground sex dungeon.
Because
You
it's
know,
dark. That's what they want to do.
love it. I'm gonna start reading more into L. Ron Hubbard.
That man was the most published author of all time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We were discussing
He
that.
wrote
Like,
so many books.
it was craziness.
Of all people, you would have thought, well, like, who would you have put on that list? Stephen King?
Oh yeah,
Stephen King and, like, not
greatest author ever, by the way, Stephen King. FYI, just saying.
Who's your opinion greatest author?
Oh, I don't read books, man. Books are awful. No. Like, in terms of volume of works, I mean, like for consistency, probably King. But in terms of like, what like, are we comparing King against like what Nietzsche?
Yeah, that I feel like those are in completely
Yeah,
separate
like if you mean
categories.
like novels, then like by sheer volume and the consistency of stuff that is stuck, you kind of have to go King.
Oh yes.
But then for the flip side, for me, I'm big into Anne Rice as well. But I still feel like King has it over her because she's just like, oh, vampires. Everyone loves fucking vampires. Everyone loves vampires.
Well, Twilight clearly proved that because we're still watching Twilight movies to this day.
It's just screwed
I
up.
thought that finally died.
It nearly.
I mean,
We're almost there.
Robert Pattinson wants it dead.
He wanted it dead from day one.
Day one.
To be Batman.
He wants to be Batman, and I'll have you know, Chris, he's an astonishingly good actor.
No, I've honestly, hold on. You ever seen the movie Remember Me?
You're gonna have to. I can't remember.
Fantastic,
remember.
fantastic. Robert Pattinson movie. It is a movie about his brother who committed suicide. He's the black sheep of a family. His dad works on Walt. His dad is in trade at the trade center and all this stuff. He falls in love with this girl. He gets arrested. Her dad is the cop. He goes through all this like real hardcore PTSD because of his brother. He tries to be a good older brother to his sister. He tries to relate to his father. It's a very beautiful movie. And right at the very end, he finally wants to make amends with his dad. He goes up to his office. His dad, who previously he ended up yelling at for not taking care of his sister, goes and takes care of the sister. He goes to the office to wait for him, and he's standing in the World Trade Center on 9/11.
Oh, shit.
Amazing. I know, like, I spoiled the ending. Amazing movie from start to finish. Definitely a great watch. It's a good one if you have, like a girlfriend and you want to, like, have a nice, like, little rom-com, dude.
I might have to make just.
Honestly, watch
Sounds
it.
good.
It's amazing, dude.
Hey, honey, you know what I find romantic?
Hey,
Everybody's got their own taste. It's
Hey,
okay. We're not shaming.
We're
anybody
not here to king shame.
dude, I'm saying,
King shame is
Just
king
like-
shame.
I love drama. Like,
Yeah,
I love
I do
drama. I
too.
love romance.
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
And I love just like tragedy. But I love tragedy when it's written well.
Reign Over Me is good for that.
Is that the movie
Adam Sandler's in it.
when he was in
good.
9/11?
Yeah.
And like, oh my fucking
And
God.
all he wants to play is Shadow of the Colossus because that's like his visualization of him trying to save his family.
Dude,
you know?
it's a movie.
That's really
Yeah,
deep,
dude,
'cause
it's
that game is beautiful.
Bro,
yeah.
you just kind of like watch this movie and you think it's an Adam Sandler flick.
He's
Fun
goofy
times
in
with
it.
the family.
He is goofy in
It's
it.
not even that he's goofy, but it just shows how what a different, like how talented of an actor he
He
was.
is a dynamic actor.
So
but
good.
he's been cornered into doing those goofy like voices
because it
and
makes
acting
money.
and-
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
gets all the money
Hey,
out of
fuck
it.
it, man.
He's spoofed himself on that.
I'm about to blaspheme. I get eerie Robin Williams vibes from Adam Sandler.
completely agree with you.
Like, maybe not the same quality of work. I've never been the biggest Adam Sandler fan. I know he's like very well beloved and like
he was good.
yeah, and I like
That is the movie.
like Waterboy and all that stuff. Like back in the, like
Yeah.
I can appreciate that stuff. His new stuff, but it really feels like they've Pagliacci'd him,
Yes.
or maybe he
same
Pagliacci'd
happens-
himself.
Well, Robin Williams was also just a complete god of a man.
Juliana trained kind of thing.
Just-
He knew what he was doing.
Dude, honestly, just heartbreaking day. I'll never forget the day I heard he killed himself.
Yeah.
Do you know that the other day I thought that any day now Bill Murray's gonna die?
Yes. It
Oh,
will happen.
that's
That bothers the fuck out of me. And it bothers the fuck out of me that Tim Allen's gonna die and that Tom Hanks is eventually gonna die. And it's like
Tim Allen, as in.
That
yeah.
one.
I'm ambivalent to
get
that.
the soundbite.
well, So we're gonna be losing, and we already have lost such a level of actors. What is going to replace these
Chris
guys?
Pratt. Chris Pratt and The Rock.
No, that's the thing. I'm worried
fucked.
that we're moving musically, like through film, like cinematically. I feel like everything's getting so washed.
Dude, it's gonna be a sad day when Nicki Minaj dies. Okay,
I won't
people
be
are gonna.
sad.
Me either, but people
I will
are gonna
not
be sad.
sad.
People are gonna be sad about that. I feel like she's really kind of what like one of the big things that destroyed society. Her and all. Of
I don't know what's
Young Money.
I don't know what's sadder for me, like knowing that I would never have gotten a chance to meet some of my favorite people.
He's awesome.
Like going back in time and being like, oh, I never could have met Orson Welles because he like died in like the 70s or 80s. I never could have met this person. Or if it's sadder to be like, I could have, if I'd made more decisions, if I'd been more free spirited, if I could have like gotten out to Atlanta or whatever they were for that one show. Like I love the Beach Boys. Like say what you like.
No, they're good.
I will cry like a massive bitch to the Beach Boys. I'm working on getting as many like vinyls of them as I can. I will hoard them. I like secondhand, whatever. Brian Wilson, if you're listening to this, you make me cry, and I never regret it. Every time I put you on, but they had a show, and
Whereabouts?
Like I don't know, like Farmington maybe. I can't remember. Like not too long ago even, and I was like. It was like after 7. And I was like, I could probably make that.
And you never did.
And I didn't. And I was like, I've literally stayed up 2 nights just going like, fuck me.
We've done that with Coheed and Cambria before, and I'm determined to never do that again.
You fuckers, I have tagged you in all these Coheed shows. I'm like, let's go. They're in Boston, and like they're like, yeah, we're so interested.
I know.
I work.
But that happened with
Until
Thank You
midnight.
Scientists as well. And the recent time that they were in Hamden, I was like, F it. I'm not going to swear. I'm buying tickets now.
Yeah, and I was supposed to go with
Yeah.
you, but then my job
Work
told
didn't
me
let
you,
you out.
can't.
Did you
leave.
go?
Oh, dude, it was so good. Honestly, I've been to a lot of shows, and that was the number one show. Nothing's beaten that.
Okay, I have to say this. So there was one day, the last show I tried to go to was Me Without You.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I haven't listened to that song in forever, but
dude,
anyway.
I did.
I went with Griffin Moore. We were trying to go to the show, and it was sold out. They only had 1 ticket left. So it was him and I, and we decided, like, I bought the ticket trying to buy 2, and they only charged me for 1, and they're like, oh, it's because it's sold out. And I'm like, all right, well, we can't do it, so can you refund me? And then they gave me bullshit about refunding me. So Griffin and I, we ended up just leaving, and all I thought was like, damn, bro, I'm probably never gonna see them. You know what I mean?
They're still together, though.
I don't fucking know, but I got a kid now. I can't go to shows.
No, I'm thinking to myself.
Dude, but do you remember all the times we would just listen to that tune, bro?
It's on my playlist. Like, it comes on at work, and I'm just like, yes.
Fox the Crow and the Cookie.
Yes.
Great song. I
mean-
still always want to get that tattoo.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, that's the reason why, like, every time I see someone's going to be in, like, Hamden or even in Connecticut, I'm like, I'm buying tickets. I'm not doing this.
You want to know?
stupidness.
All right, let me tell you another regret. All right. My girlfriend and I last summer bought tickets to go see Post Malone.
Cool.
We wanted to go. Dude, I was super hyped. And like the 2 days beforehand, we were just like, you really want to go all the way to Mass? She was just like, nah, I don't feel like going to Mass. Yo, we sold those fucking tickets.
No.
We paid $300. I sold those shits for like $100, dude. I still get pissed. You want to know why? Because 2 months after that shit, she got pregnant. And I'm like, we missed J. Cole. We missed every fucking show we wanted to go to after that. And bro, we probably ain't gonna go to a show for a while, man.
Well, it's okay. You have a wonderful child, Chris.
Headphones, put those big...
You ain't gonna make me feel bad about missing J. Cole, bro. Like,
Chris, now you can show her J. Cole.
she's a baby. Yeah, you're right. You're right. She needs to learn.
Has that ever stopped anybody? It's
You
like,
get to
I'm gonna
shape a
have- they-
child's life.
I'll tell you one thing. I put Stick to Your Guns on, and that little baby is super fucking chill.
They
She
know.
is like, this is... I heard this when I was in the womb. It is amazing.
The womb.
I put on country. She's like, what the fuck's that?
By the way,
You're not giving her the right
Bayside?
country.
Okay, Garth Brooks.
Shut
No Bayside.
Don't even.
Oh no, Bayside too. I have a lullaby, 666 lullaby that is played for her.
Coheed has their own lullabies.
I've seen it.
Get them.
I will.
Get them.
I will. She needs them.
Just so I can actually listen to
All
it.
right.
I'm feeling weird about it.
Dude, good fucking shit.
But yeah, that's the reason why like I keep missing like shows and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. I have a job where I can actually get out kind of on time. I mean, I was late, but for an hour to the show, I missed the first band. I was like, whatever, who cares? But I got to see him, and like honestly, I've been to so many shows, and it was the #1 show I've ever been to. Pitch Perfect.
I like seeing the bands before the headliners, though. That's how I
I
get
saw,
most of my new music.
Shout out to Bentley. Bentley are really good. They were on just before Thank You Scientists, and they are kind of on the same level. They're a bit more avant-garde,
Yeah.
but they're amazing songs.
Well, we went to
They
the
make me
Loma
cry.
Prieta show recently
Yeah.
as well. That was really,
Loma got
really
like
good.
sat on heavy. Everyone
They
left.
did,
like,
yeah. Well, it's because the previous band
Whoever
cannot
it was
remember
who
their name
wasn't
for the
looking
life
at
of
the
me.
crowd. He was
They're
singing the other way.
from the 90s and they are from Connecticut.
I could tell. I'm sorry. That was weird.
And
shit.
it
I
was
did
the
like that
weirdest
band.
show. So it's called Scrams. It's like really weird avant-garde, like screamo type music is what it is. It's very good. It is very good.
I
but
didn't like he wasn't facing the crowd. He was
he-
singing to the drum kit. Like, what are you doing?
he's
Come on.
playing bass and his back is all the way to the crowd.
Yeah.
And he's got the microphone right here and he's just not even looking at anybody.
Yeah, it was so strange.
Well, it disconnects me. I like to
Yeah.
be able to see the people that I'm actually going to go see. Like that I'm
You want to see
hearing
their
perform.
face.
I
You
want to see
see
their faces.
the energy they're trying to throw out as they're singing.
Well, and you saw how Loma played. It was
Yeah.
completely different.
Oh yeah, and even like Thank You Scientists, like the lead singer has claustrophobia. He just walked off stage at one point.
Yeah,
so
well,
they brought out the
it's-
electric shamisen. It was amazing.
It's hard to pack
Yeah.
a 7-piece prog band into the space.
But he came back and he was like, "Look, I'm sorry about that, but like I freak out a little bit sometimes."
Yeah.
Shout out to them because Sal's amazing. They're all amazing in that fucking
They definitely
7-piece band. It's great. Sorry. All right. So
Tangent.
Spiderman.
Oh, we're doing that?
Spiderman.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
do Spiderman because I worry that we're not going to get to it.
Well,
We're gonna get to it. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
We can talk about this for like an
Days.
hour.
I believe it, and honestly, I'm kind of apprehensive about this whole thing because it just gives me so much agita. Like it.
So what are your opinions on this then? Let's get that out and let's all just start talking about it because I have my own personal opinions about the entire
First off,
debacle.
Jacob, don't want to hear your fucking opinion.
No one
Do you
ever
know
does.
that Jacob said that Into the Spider-Verse was a shit movie?
I'm sorry.
What? Oh my god!
think
You
he
broke
agrees.
it?
He's broken.
That's the funniest
He's
thing
broken.
I've heard all year.
I
Bro.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse?
I just don't like Miles Morales. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Okay,
fucking
all right. You've been
goodness.
reading then.
Yes.
You've been reading, huh? You saw Spider Verse, right?
I saw part of it and I gave up halfway
All
through.
right, cool. Well,
damn.
I have no patience for quitters.
Oh,
No patience
the
for quitters.
shade.
Here's the thing. All right.
Crack, 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 crack,
Here's the thing.
Shots
I can't stand comic Miles. And now, for once, this is the year of Miles. First, it was the Insomniac Spider-Man game. Wow, Miles is I can get behind Miles. Interesting. And then Into the Spider-Verse Miles, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's like he's a little cocky. And he's like, oh, okay. So that's what they're doing with the Prowler. It's like, all right, so nods to Ultimate Spider-Man. All right. That's. And then like, if you're not sucking its dick right now, just on the premise of the animation alone, that
animation looked amazing.
That shit changed I saw that in theaters twice, and each time it was like my dad tells stories about when he saw Star Wars in the Warner Theater,
Yeah.
in like '77 when it came out, and he was just like that changed the game.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this shit as it's going on, and it's changing the game right before my eyes. Right before my eyes. And
So is this where we're going with Spider-Man? Like,
well, like,
We're
so,
unsure where it's going right now because of the feud between Disney and Sony.
yeah, here's the thing. In the presence of all present, fuck Disney.
I completely 100%
Fuck
agree
Disney.
with you. They're awful.
Like, Jack Kirby is rolling in his fucking grave, like enough to power this whole fucking country, right? As we speak, we
could put his dead body in a turbine and it would power the United States of America.
Here's your fucking renewable energy source. It's Jack Kirby's corpse. Like every molecule in like whether he was I can't remember off the top of my head. Rest in peace, Jack.
Yep, sorry.
But off the top of my head, I can't remember if he was cremated or whatever. I know he was Jewish. He might have had like some weird like stipulations. Please tell me he was Jewish. Like I seem to remember he was Jewish. I'm gonna be really upset.
Okay. It's okay.
But yeah, like.
Why is that fucking important?
So here's the big thing, and it's maybe I need to give the movie another shot, but can we at least agree that the comics were shit?
What, Ultimate?
Miles Morales.
Oh, I couldn't get behind it. Like,
no,
I picked
it bored
it up.
me to death.
Well, the minute I was like done with the minute Spidey died in Ultimate, spoilers for Ultimate. Sorry, get on it. Nobody reads comics.
No,
no. But yeah, no. The minute Spidey died, I was like, damn, that was a good death.
Yeah.
Bye. I'm done now. Like he's dead. Okay, back to the regular comics. What are they doing? Spider-Geddon? Cool. All right. Like, I don't care after that. And then they come out and it's like, Spider-Man can't be black. Spider-Man can be whatever. I don't care. He's boring.
Right. No, and I agree. I definitely agree with that sentiment. It's just the problem is I feel like we're rehashing these old stories and it feels like pandering to me is what it feels like.
It's pandering
Miles
to
Morales
boomers.
Isn't black. Pretty sure
he's
sure he's Dominican.
He's Dominican. He's Afro. He's not Afro-Cuban.
Afro-Latino. Like,
yeah.
Like his dad's black.
His mom's
Hispanic.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I think she's Dominican
or
Cuban.
So
yeah.
Black people can say he's black. Latino people can say he's Latino. The Latino, like the Afro-Latino community can say he's both. Everybody can say whatever they want. He is cooler than he's ever been in a fucking while.
That's true.
This is the movie that made me like the Spider-Man game made me go, yeah, that's Miles. All right, cool. He's all right. Like I'm not complaining that he's here.
Could have done more with Miles in the game.
This is the one where I was like, I get it. This was what Bendis had wanted to do with the character since the beginning. It feels like they saw his vision and was like, couldn't really pull it off. But how about we do this? And then they did it.
So it's worth a watch.
It was definitely fucking worth a watch. Like that has the best depiction of the spider sense I've ever seen in anything. Period. And I will fight you.
Really?
I will fight you.
I'll give the movie another chance.
Like,
why are you being so hostile?
Because the scene where, like, all right,
I understand what you mean.
Spoilers for Spider-Verse. Sorry,
I might not have gotten to this scene. I don't know. Maybe it would have changed my opinion.
This is a spoiler.
This is a spoiler cast. All right, so there's a scene after Miles has been bitten where he's like developing the powers and everything that he returns to the scene of the crime. Basically, the part where he got bitten by the spider to make sense of things. And he's sweating. He's seeing like this fractured vision of the world around him. And he reaches this window where he's like noticing something. And then he turns around, he starts sweating and everything. And then the world kind of like tunnel visions almost and like cool colors show up behind him. And then like you can hear his voice actor like whisper, "Look out." And the words "look out" show up immediately behind him. And within the span of like one frame, he's on the ground, he's dodged the Green Goblin that's flown through the window. And it's like, boom, spider sense. Best I've ever seen it.
Okay.
All right, my worst is, what was it, Endgame? Where you've got Peter Parker on the bus, his hairs stand up, and he looks out the window and there's this giant fucking spaceship that everyone should have fucking seen. He needed fucking shitty spider sense for that.
Here's the thing.
I didn't see this thing.
I like the depiction of the spider sense where it's like where it's like goosebumps.
I like that they used it.
Yeah, I like that. I like they had goosebumps, and I like that. He dodges stuff that he doesn't see.
Yeah,
like that. That's enough. If you had to do a minimalist, I guess you could have the Ditko eyes go, and like get all wide, and then the goosebumps when he's like out of costume, like that stuff. I'm cool with. But you're fucking dead on when it's like, he's right there, idiot.
He's a dumbass. He needed spider sense for that.
Unless it's shooting at him. Why would it go off?
Yeah.
But hold on. I gotta go back and just Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It is a 9.5 out of 10. It is, dude. From the soundtrack to the animation to the actual story. it is a great overall, like the best Spider-Man movie I've seen, dude. I love it.
Spider-Man learning to be a Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man learning to be a Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man faced with more obstacles than we've seen him be faced in a movie. Like he goes from being this just average kid who is forced into a private school. He doesn't want to be there. He's missing all his friends. He has a very strict police dad, a very like loving, Spanish mom. And this dude is he's an artist. He just wants to be an artist. And that's it. And nobody accepts that of him. They want to keep pushing him. And the only person who accepts him is his uncle. He goes and finds all these answers. He tries to do all this stuff. And one night he sneaks out because school's rough. Shit's going down. He goes and hangs out with his uncle, his mentor, who brings him somewhere. And he ends up getting bit by this spider. And when he gets bit by this spider and goes back, he wakes up and everything's changed. Everything's sticking. And he sees... the one thing he sees is a comic book, and it's Spider-Man's comic book, and he's looking through it and everything that happened to Peter Parker and why Peter Parker ended up this way, and he knew he needed to figure it out, and it was amazing.
Canon? Is this into the Spider-Verse canon? So is he
No,
a spider
God, no.
totem?
God, no. No.
I mean, I like to think that since he was singing Sunflower from Post Malone, that's our universe's Spider-Man. Hey,
no.
I didn't see that. I don't see that song coming out anywhere. I didn't see any of those other Spider-Mans singing it.
Hey, listen, you need to read more comics.
I guess
You need to read more comics.
the only problem that I tend to have is this multiverse theory just gets really draining after a while.
I love it.
I'm never going to get
That's
tired
why I
of it.
love the zombie, the Marvel zombies.
I truly
So
believe in a
good to
multiverse.
me.
I just want more original content. I don't want to rehash old
Vertigo
characters. I
exists.
want
You
new
ain't gonna get
characters.
No, wait, no, it
Shit.
doesn't.
What?
Oh, shit, I forgot. Like,
How
what-
could you?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Now he's in trouble.
I'm in big
happened?
trouble. I was like, Vertigo exists, and it's like, oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like Image. I mean, Image is fine. Like
I like Image.
Saga. Like, there's your original story.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is why are we focusing on these
Hellboy.
old characters when we could just continue making new characters and new stories for more people to relate to rather than just trying to make the old characters more relatable and shoehorning things?
That's true, man.
That's
Bubble
where I'm
universe.
coming from.
Well, here's the thing. What are some of your favorite new characters?
I don't really have any.
Exactly. Exactly.
How many reboots?
But
that's what he's
Spider-Man
saying.
need?
I
wants
want
more,
I
man.
want
Yeah.
new ones to fall in love with.
Here's the
That's
thing,
what
here's
I
the thing.
want.
I can point out a couple new ones, but and they're getting the attention they rightfully deserve. I saw a new Justice League like animated movie
saw that, yeah.
because they're still crushing the animation scene. Marvel's still. I mean, I would have been able to say that if Spider-Verse didn't come out. And if they had kept Spectacular Spider-Man going, they might have had a contender. But DC's still crushing the animation scene, and you can't argue with that because Andrea Romano like set the precedent. Like the Justice League Unlimited show, the Batman the animated series show, they set the precedent. They got the stable of actors together. The Bruce Timm inspired art. Like you're not messing with that.
No.
You're not messing with that.
My favorite art though is Hellboy.
What
I do like
Mignola?
Dude, so good.
Ooh,
I read
alright.
all of the comics. I even read them in like an order
Did you finish,
online.
Did you finish them?
Last time I read was about 5 years ago, so I probably haven't finished them.
It's done.
It's done?
It's done.
Oh, thank God. They were so good.
It's
So
done,
good.
and there's like a nice touching thing at the end.
Yeah? Okay. I'm going to have to get back into
I mean, there's a grandiose thing. It's like, oh my god, Hellboy's ending, and then there's a nice little period on the end of it that only if you like pay attention to like particular like art elements
Yeah.
from like previous one, you go,
Is it Lobster Johnson by any chance?
it is not. It is not. I don't know. I think I made my point clear about the whole Spider-Man like being lost to Sony,
Yeah.
quote unquote lost to Sony because everybody's treating this like fucking divorce.
Well,
like,
it's not
yeah.
really it's not really a divorce. Sony had the rights and Disney said we want 50-50 and Sony said no.
Sony looked at Spider-Verse, looked back at Disney, looked back at Spider-Verse, looked back at Disney and said, nah, I think we got this. Like
Yeah.
Ari Arad who probably has a fucking huge throbbing erection. Just like, oh my God, thank goodness we got Spider-Man back. I can do all the Venom stories I want.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Ari
Well,
Arad.
the big thing for me, how did you feel about Disney's version of Spider-Man, the newest one?
I've heard like the criticism Iron Man Jr.
Yes.
thrown around a lot.
Yes.
And I want to argue real bad.
That suit though. That's.
But I get the suit idea because we had the Amazing Spider-Man. It's okay. He had the web blasters. That's fine. It doesn't have to be like a radioactive spider.
But that's what it was. Wasn't it in the comics? It was the shooter. No, he didn't actually.
No,
have
that was the Amazing Spider-Man. Regular Spider-Man was Peter Parker.
Yeah, he had the actual. All right, so Peter Parker actually had the bite and shot the web slinger from his skin.
No. Okay. He's okay, Chris. This is what like 60. What was it? 68, 67. You're dealing with decades.
Mm-hmm.
He started like first original Spider-Man. Mechanical web shooters.
Yes.
And then the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi movies came out, and they were like, and then the comics, because like, oh my God, people are gonna pick up a Spider-Man comic after watching this movie.
We're gonna have to direct.
They're gonna be confused.
Yeah.
He comes out of Cocoon, and he's got biological ones.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna screw up the time.
And it was
Well,
like,
that's what confused me when I was a kid, because I'm like, what the frick, you know?
Well, yeah, and they've been rehashing it, and a lot of this is just the creators of these comics really trying to perfect everything down to a science.
this whole thing is just us gonna get Chris into more comics.
Yeah,
we're
and
gonna get your
that's fine,
Comixology
yeah.
account. We're gonna have you go on Read Comics.
I'm already on Dark Horse Comics. So
Read Hellboy then.
But
Read Hellboy. Read Hellboy.
I'm reading the Mighty Nine.
Get on Hellboy.
Huh?
I've heard that one's good. I've heard that one's good.
Really? Is Dark Horse Comics, is it good enough? Is it really good?
You enjoy it while it lasts.
Also, Coheed and Cambria, back on that. Their comics are fucking amazing.
Yes, they are.
Talk about fucking comic book like superstars. Like, how about who's My Chemical Romance?
Oh, you're talking about Gerard Way.
Gerard Way.
Oh yeah.
Gerard Way, the disciple.
Everybody's been complaining about
The
Umbrella
disciple.
Academy.
Coheed was the disciple.
No, the disciple of Morrison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The disciple of Morrison. Like Morrison's like avatar. I'm giving my legacy to you, man. He's like just passing it on. Like just go crazy. It's like oh. And it's like, yeah, man, I just like read Doom Patrol when I was younger, and like I guess I'll just be My Chemical Romance and Doom Patrol guy.
Yeah.
I knew that they would do it. Well, he was trying to do comics all throughout My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, 100%.
And when they finally came out of what was it, Umbrella Corp or whatever it is.
Academy, yeah.
A lot of my friends who were into My Chem and a lot of friends who weren't were like, oh, they're just cashing in on the new superhero shit. I was like, no, they're not. They're not.
Read, motherfucker.
Well, no, they're
Read.
just comic books.
This was his whole
I don't know.
point.
Did they come out with
album
a
was
series?
about
Umbrella
vampires.
Academy a show?
They came
Yeah,
out
it
with
is a show.
series for that. Okay.
Based off of Gerard Way's comic book.
Yeah, I always thought that was Butler.
So that's Gerard Butler is a different actor.
Yeah, Gerard
Yes.
Butler.
Gerard Way, My Chemical Romance guy.
Gerard Butler's a great actor, though. Can we just like, dude? I saw my new favorite movie of him, but I can't watch it anymore.
Your new favorite movie with him?
My new favorite movie with him in it.
Okay.
Which one?
Dude, I can't watch it anymore because the first scene is just so cringe. But it's called Law Abiding Citizen with him and Jamie Foxx. Oh my god! First scene kills me. I can't watch it.
Can you give us a
Fuck it.
Can you give us a taste? Like I need to understand.
So Law Abiding Citizen is about this. I think he's Black Ops. But he just has a normal life. Like first scene, he's like with his kids, just like I think playing piano with his daughter, and there's a knock at the door, and they beat the shit out of him, and then they stab him and his wife. These two men come in, break into the house, beat him down, kill his wife in front of him, and rape her in front of him, and then take his daughter and kill her too. After they did something to her, but they did that off screen, thank God.
Classic hoodlums.
But then, the first scene kills me, and all he wants is justice.
Right.
And bro, when it doesn't go his way, that movie ends up being the most badass fucking flick.
That's why I liked Taken.
Taken was good, but Law Abiding Citizen is fucking.
I wasn't particularly taken with it.
I stopped after
You can
the
only
second
throat
one.
chop so many people.
Yeah.
All right.
You can only climb a fence in 15 takes so many times.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch a Taken film. I'd rather like or any real action film. I'd rather see something like Old Boy now.
Old Boy is amazing.
Yeah, it's
I never
so
saw the
good.
reboot of
Oh,
that.
dude, I
but
love
didn't
Josh
that one.
Brolin.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. Is it any good?
No, of course not. Spike Lee was like,
ignore it for sure.
Spike Lee was literally like half asleep for the whole thing. He's like, yay, I get to do Old Boy, this beloved film. I'm so excited to be tackling it as like a side project. It's like, you don't make Old Boy a side project.
No.
Who would you have given that to?
Oh, I don't know if I had to. If you had a gun to my
Yeah.
head, pick somebody.
We're rebooting it again. We're giving it to.
John Wick guys, probably.
You reckon?
Yeah, I could see
I mean,
that working
like,
out.
I mean,
Who did John Wick?
those stunt guys, Keanu Reeves stunt guys from the Matrix.
Also, Matrix 4's coming out soon, apparently.
Matrix 4 confirmed.
Yeah.
Wow. See, but
I'm
this
not
is
gonna
the
watch
thing. Where's the original stuff?
Yeah.
Stileski? Right? Are you talking about John Wick? Who did John Wick?
I thought it was-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Stahelski, and he had his like partner working either as like a producer or co-director or something like that, maybe a writer.
Bro, John Wick is. Those are the most badass flicks. in
It's
a
because
while.
they're made by stuntmen, where it's like we never get any good fights because they always want to cut away in like a Marvel movie before you see the hit land. We take hits for a living. Let's have a fucking movie for us. Let's have our movie. And then Keanu's like, I don't know. I'm like, I guess I'm down. I guess I could try shooting. Bam, 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 bam. It's like,
Dude, that video of him
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
yeah,
training
yeah.
was amazing.
It's the
He's like
best.
proper. He hits all of his targets. He's actually jumping around with live ammo and hitting targets. It's crazy.
I heard a bald eagle screech when I was listening watching
It was
that
the most
video.
American thing ever.
I was like, thank. Even
Even I put my hand over my
yeah,
heart at that one.
just a little. The AR platform doing what it was intended to do, making Keanu Reeves look very good.
Yeah.
He's going to be great in Cyberpunk. I keep
Yep,
wanting to just say
2077.
cyber.
Nope, yeah, Cyberpunk. He is going to be in it, which is
21
weird.
billion.
I really like that, like CD Projekt Red and with Hideo Kojima,
Yeah.
that they're putting in actual actors into video games because they're putting Norman Reedus. That's
Death
his name
Stranding.
from in Death
You know what I
Stranding.
heard about the whole Death Stranding thing? Is Silent Hill PTs was actually part of actually is part of Death Stranding. It wasn't
In a
supposed to
sense,
be-
well, that was Hideo's last project.
No,
and
as in this is the conspiracy is like this is like a deep kind of conspiracy of PT Silent Hills is actually Death Stranding.
Yeah.
It's not Silent Hill.
right.
Like the whole kind of so we're not doing Silent Hill is like a joke.
So
kind of
you're
thing.
you're saying that he made that to kind of tell people, oh, this is dead now. This is not happening.
He made
anymore.
it for Death Stranding. It was
Okay.
never connected to Silent Hills. Apparently, it was just part of Death Stranding.
I don't
Very
know.
strange.
I don't
didn't
know
read too
because
much into it.
Hideo and Konami Studios did not have their Fallout until a little bit after that trailer game was put out.
You reckon? Oh,
They didn't have their Fallout. He was going to
read back
make
into
that
that
Silent
conspiracy.
Hill. It was going to be a full Silent Hill game with Norman Reedus as the protagonist. And then they had the Fallout. He made his own development company, and now he's making Death Stranding. Now he
Yeah.
has full reign to do whatever he wants.
I wish
I'm
I
happy.
remembered
He's a
what I read
genius.
into it. I wish I remember what I read into it because when I read it, I was like, "Oh wow, that makes so much sense."
I'm sorry.
Like,
I love Metal Gear.
Honestly,
Yeah.
at this point, Kojima could literally be like,
anything. He could do
I was
anything.
lying. It was a book the whole time. Like this is a trailer for a book, and I'd be like,
I'm down.
The demo never existed.
yeah,
I
the
don't know
demo,
what everyone's
like
talking
all of
about.
this footage has been. You know what?
Hats off.
Just wow, what was it? Was it oh god, what was the game he made before? No. What was the game?
What happened? In
Police Knots?
oh, police notes.
Yeah,
He's like literally like the Death Stranding trailer just disappears. Police Knots 2.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh,
Boom.
I
It's right
would
there. It's like
buy
what?
that
Why were you
instantly.
showing us the whole time?
If it goes from Death Stranding to Police Noughts, I won't even question the dude.
I don't
You know what
even
mean?
care.
Okay, fine.
He could
I
make
get it.
anything. In
Thanks, Norman, for baiting everybody. You're not actually in the game at all. I was just hanging out
It
with
was
you.
a good investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what these
They're
games
best
are gonna be
friends.
though.
You're never gonna know.
Yeah,
You're never
right.
you're never gonna know
Oh,
even while you're
no,
playing
yeah.
it.
Do you
It's-
remember hearing anything about Metal Gear Solid 2? It's going to be the exact same situation.
Yep.
You're going to think it's Solid Snake, but actually it's a girl.
Don't
That's what's gonna
call
happen.
Raiden a girl.
I love Raiden.
Please.
First
I
off,
love Raiden.
He's a girl.
Raiden's not a girl.
Kind of a girl,
That's
but not
my
a girl.
favorite voice actor, Quentin Flynn. If you
great.
ever want to come on the podcast, please come on.
The only thing I didn't like about Raiden was I think it's the same reason I didn't like Miles Morales. Too cocky and too like fucking. I can't think of the word for it.
He was too angsty.
Edgy.
Too angsty, too
Angsty
edgy.
and
It was
edgy, I
too.
think.
It
So-
felt too forced.
I
But
was-
I,
I was a
fell
child
in love with
soldier.
Raiden halfway through his part of the
Bro,
game.
he stopped the ship.
gunpowder for dinner.
If you guys like Cyberpunk, have you guys ever seen the movie Upgrade
No.
No.
I'm stuck on Blade Runner, I'm
with
afraid.
Logan Marshall Green, bro? That's a great thriller sci-fi movie.
Yeah?
Great.
So-
Came out last year. Amazing movie.
I can't watch any new futuristic.
Give it a chance.
Shit.
Give it a chance because it's so good.
Anything
I'm down.
past Fifth Element and I'm done. Fifth Element was like the cap for me.
When I tell you Upgrade
I love Fifth Element.
is just so good. It's like it is everything you want in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Dude, it's about this dude. He gets pretty much he's on his deathbed. He gets this weird cyborg in his brain called STEM who helps him actually move and do everything. The plot is thick and the plot is it takes you for a ride the entire time. It can sometimes come off predictable, but also at the same time, it just takes a loop around and just smacks you in the face with just like, nope, didn't see this coming. Smack, 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 smack. It's amazing. It's a great movie.
I had that same feeling with Midsommar when I went and saw that for the first time.
I have not heard of it.
It's a very good movie. Did you see Hereditary?
Oh my god.
These are some of the best horror movies I've seen in a long time. I love psychological thrillers.
Yes.
I will say
Jacob's
Hereditary
Yeah.
was friggin' crazy, dude.
I loved it. But the ending was so over the top, it was comical.
First off,
I was laughing in the theater.
His name was Penguin. Lord Penguin.
Wait, what?
Lord Penguin of the old naked people in the fucking treehouse.
This director, who's actually his next movie is going to be a comedy, which I am very excited for.
The kid from Jumanji banging
It's
his
a
head.
very, very fine line between horror and comedy.
Yes.
I'll have you know.
Yes. So he makes these movies. The first one, Hereditary, was very loopy, very twisty. You never really understood what was going on, but at the end, it was so over the top and just kind of comical. His name was Lord Penguin. He makes these like weird pagan, like ritualistic cults, and it's really good. Midsommar, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it seems predictable.
Would you describe it as a trip?
Is it a hoot?
I can tell you've seen the movie.
I know a thing or two.
There we go. Okay, so it's just really good. It's set in I think it's in Sweden. I believe it's in Sweden.
Some
Weird.
far off white people nation. Yes.
Yeah. They're all pagans. It's a pagan commune.
That's classic white people.
Yeah.
Those are hard.
The whitest guy in the room.
Those are the hardest ones.
Classic white
Those
people.
are the hardest ones to come by these days because they're literally like, oh man, remember back when we were all just like on mushrooms and like just like fighting each other, like we were taller than everybody on planet Earth and we like just raided all the way down to like the coast of Africa.
Yeah.
Classic shit. Like that's real old school. I remember my berserker mushrooms.
Oh my god.
It's like
Is that Vinland Saga?
we have to say that for another time.
Are you watching Vinland Saga?
I've read Vinland Saga and
Have you seen Amazon Prime? It came out?
I'm on episode 8.
It's good.
I'm ready for some true strength.
It is Amazon. It is Amazon's first like exclusive anime that I'm seeing. And
Amazon has an exclusive anime.
How those bastards got their hands on it, I don't know.
On. So 2019
Jeff Bezos, dude.
summer
All that money.
animes were.
Jesus loves anime.
I love anime, dude. Fucking the summer 2019 summer animes were Fire Force. Totally would rate that a 10 out of 10. Amazing. Dr. Stone. Hearing mixed reviews. Haven't watched it too much. Don't know when this anime came out, but I love it so far. And it's that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Definitely worth a watch. Do not mock it till you watch it. It is super, super good. I put my 100% stamp of approval on it. And Vinland Saga. And when Funimation and Crunchyroll and all these people were divvying it all up, Amazon was like, we're going to hold on to this one. And dude, it is anime Vikings and it is so bloody and good.
I'm into that. I'm very into that. Is it more like Berserk then?
It's
I'll be real
It's in there.
excited if it is.
You'll like it.
Okay.
You'll like it a lot.
That's a good recommendation
That's
for
it.
me then.
Like all I have to do is I have to look you deep in your eyes and say, Berserk-esque.
Okay. I'm down.
Historical fiction Berserk.
And the
very into
intro for it, 10 out of 10. You know an anime is good, dude, when you get goosebumps just by the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the intro's
Cowboy
that
Bebop.
good. Huh?
For sure.
Well, yeah, Cowboy Bebop's great.
That's
but
cheating.
You have,
No, it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
good. And Trigun and Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star has a dope.
Okay, well, you're
intro.
hitting me with the nostalgic anime that
Oh.
are great, but I'm talking about like this new age anime, dude. Oh, so
I can't get
good.
into it properly anymore.
So
What was the last big anime you got into?
My Hero Academia.
Great.
And even then, I trailed off.
With that, I only liked it because All Might was literally the only proper depiction of Superman I'd seen in a while.
Yeah.
I hate Superman with a burning passion. I love
All right,
All Might.
well, my time here has been well spent. Goodbye.
Let me just close up
I
all
told you I
this.
would be the divisive one.
Yeah, no,
I-
like
I'm sorry.
You're-
He's too powerful.
you're out of your
is.
mind. You're out of your
He is
mind.
a little bit.
He's too powerful.
Wait, how you feel about Goku?
I love Goku, but
right.
he's like a
Well, then
bumbling
you-
fool.
You are a ridiculous. You're a ridiculous.
And he's
hypocrite.
beatable.
He is beatable. He's a bumbling
the
fool,
thing
but he
about
only
Goku
gets
that
stronger.
makes him so good is that he gets beaten and never gives up. He comes back. He
comes
the thing
back from
about
death.
like Superman is that
I'm
Superman
surrounded-
never loses.
I'm surrounded by a group of people that never read
He
a
does
Superman
lose,
fucking
actually.
comic in their entire goddamn
does.
lives.
Well, no, I will
He
admit
does
I've never
lose.
read any of the Superman comics. It's not my thing.
But
There's
I-
a Batman kid. I don't know.
With fucking
I just feel like Goku,
Oh,
bro.
here we go.
Goku,
All right.
Goku is the man. First off,
Superman, though.
he gets killed, and then he's just like, nah.
He's just like, nah, I'm not
bro,
dead.
Coming
No.
back, bro. Comes back, whoops ass, dies.
Yeah.
All right, repeat that for 75 years, and that's Superman.
He
Okay.
does get killed, I think. doesn't he?
Multiple.
Yeah.
Pick a way
And
Superman's
he goes
died.
super evil as well.
That's a different
Oh.
universe.
Oh, it's canon. It's
Dude, have you
canon.
watched The Boys?
Yes.
The Boys?
Yeah, I have.
It's a good show.
It's a very good show.
I'm loving it.
I couldn't get through the comic because it made me sad that they were depicting my Superman like that. But
That is the perfect rendition of Dark Superman.
yeah, beats the shit out of Injustice, beats the shit out of Man of Steel Superman.
Oh, shit.
Have you guys seen The Boys?
No.
I gotta get you guys on Amazon Prime, bro. It's an amazing show.
Written by Garth Ennis, famous hater of superheroes and everything to do with them. Except, I'll have you know, with one notable exception, and that would be Superman.
Loves him.
He has very deep level of respect for Superman, which is why it always confused me why he made Superman the most evil dickhead on planet Earth in The Boys.
Yeah, because
Gotta-
he'd only
you gotta-
become more powerful by letting go of his like.
You
Structure.
have to watch The Boys to understand why he's evil in that. It's not because of that. There is an element to that,
Is
but
it a series?
it is a series.
yeah, it's really good, man.
It's really good, very well acted. I don't know if how people like who are reading the comics are like, the comic did this better. And it's like, no, they toned it down and made it more timely.
I really hate how they fucking ended the season.
Oh, that's and you're not alone because that's not what happens in the comics.
I was shocked by that ending.
We're not going to say anything about it because
You need to watch. It's so
yeah.
good.
I
Worth a
guess
binge.
I'll
We'll
give it
have-
a try. I don't know. This is another thing. Maybe I've got to give it another chance. This is when I was a kid and I've just held
But this
on
is
to
like,
these.
all right, so this is superheroes, but they are different. Like it's not, it's a spin-off the DC superhero-esque.
I like the way the DC does.
But it's
rehashes.
like there's a Superman, there's an Aquaman, there is a speedster, there is the Wonder Woman type character, and the natural show about it all is if superheroes were real right now,
Yes.
they'd be
this
dicks.
is exactly
dicks.
Well,
what
of course.
people would be doing. They publicize them. They get marketing people to write their stupid backstories. They like do all this stuff, and the superheroes aren't heroes. They're just icons. So it's exactly it's
They're
and that is the plot of the show. I would say watch it because it is definitely a great plot.
okay. I'll give it a try.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
fair. I guess. I mean, like,
Because I hate Homelander. Like he was too bad.
I love how much what was it? Anthony Starr has playing like I keep wanting to say Superman, but like I
Homelander.
can't.
Just call him Homelander.
My baby.
He's evil.
No, Homelander. I love how much fun he's having playing Homelander. But what frustrates me is you've seen the show. I get really upset because the way you see Homelander is how a lot of people see Superman. And it makes me want to rip my hair out every single time I see it. It's like, God, really, he would just be such an awful monster. And it just, God, he could kill everybody on planet Earth.
But
What's
look what
to stop him?
Look what Homelander did.
Yeah, look what Homelander did. That's not Superman.
I reckon Superman would be Superman in our world.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The way I approach Superman is, what if Mr. Rogers could fly?
Yeah.
All right, so give me your honest case for Superman then. Why should I like Superman?
Here are two reasons. All-Star Superman and Superman American Alien.
Okay.
You read those two and you'll figure out real quick why I like him so much.
Did you ever watch the old Superman movies?
Oh,
Superman
God,
1, 2, and 3?
please don't bring them up. I'm going to cry.
It's so good.
They're so...
Free.
I'm here for truth. I stand for truth, justice, and the American way.
When that kid lands and they find him and he lifts up the car, I was like, wow.
Pure whimsy. Just
Wow.
like...
So did you watch? Did you love Smallville?
Smallville was good. I liked it. It's not Superman, though.
As big of a Superman fan as I am,
Don't watch it as Superman.
I never got around to watching Smallville.
Watch Smallville. Watch it with Superman in the back of your head, but don't watch him as Superman.
Yeah, I feel like I will.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good.
Like, it's ridiculous how much of a Superman fan I ended up becoming and how much of like a Batman, like, I don't hate Batman. He's like, there's a reason why he's that popular. He's had so much good shit, but all the good shit that Batman has done has overshadowed the really good shit that's been written about Superman, where in All-Star Superman, it's the concept of making Superman more powerful than he's ever been before or will be likely ever since.
Okay.
And finding out why he is still special. And then Superman American Alien, written by who in all likelihood is an extremely massive piece of shit. But it's like a Woody Allen situation. Similar, but like...
Okay.
Woody Allen directed like some really great movies. Fuck Woody Allen. He's very likely a pedophile.
Yes.
The author of Superman American Alien.
I gotta put Matt on every show.
Yeah. The author of Superman American Alien, Max Landis, son of John Landis, like famous Blues Brothers, all them. He like if you find, keep in the back of your mind, fuck this guy. He's very likely like a piece of shit towards women. And
I
like,
can put that aside and look at the work on its own.
If you look at his interviews of like Superman, it frustrates me because he understands what makes him like the most interesting thing about Superman. And like he's said this probably better than me, but fucking whatever. If you like absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes.
Right. How can somebody with that much power still be a good person at the end of the day? And yet he is.
And he goes against his own...
I can see that.
It's like, how can you maintain that level of integrity when you were literally God amongst men?
Right. Well, I mean, I kind of feel the same way about Goku as well. Then,
yeah,
so
but the thing with Goku is like overcoming limit. Like, as much as I hate referencing the screw attack, like death battles,
I never watched
I'll be the first person to admit Goku would kick Superman's ass.
100%.
Really?
No,
Yes.
100%.
I'm
100%.
I've read the comics. Goku would kick Superman's ass given what they've done with him, especially in Super.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
God powers.
Yeah, God powers, all that shit, like talking faster than the speed of light. Okay, Goku.
And don't they fight with their minds?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Goku and Superman got into a fight.
Like, but like they did make a very good point. It's that Goku is about overcoming limits, and
Superman has none though. Surely he is.
Oh no, Superman definitely has. Like it depends on who's writing him. It depends on who's writing him. He can be like I can move 700 miles per hour in one comic, and then like I made it across the universe.
Yeah, like speed activate.
Yeah, like speed activate another.
I just think Goku. And personally, I just
DBZ Goku couldn't beat fucking Superman.
Not a chance in hell.
As like, in Dragon Ball Super Goku. Well, I get.
Well, Dragon Ball Z. After, let me think.
I mean, Superman would just tear
Freezer apart. At least.
Boo. I think Boo is the point where Goku kicks his ass.
Oh
yeah,
absolutely.
Because like, dude, Goku though, I just find him to be
I love Goku.
I just find him to be a hero who doesn't even realize I think they're very built the same.
Person. He's just very good at heart.
Take an active inventory of everything that Goku has done in his life. Ignores his wife. Like he in Super, he admits, what's kissing?
Well, no. Do you know what that is?
But that's because
her
he's
doing
not.
it.
He's
her.
an alien.
He's also an alien.
An alien raised on Earth.
An alien
But
raised on
Chi-Chi
Earth.
was the one that was being all like, "Oh
If you
no,
want,
we're doing
if you
this."
want
She
to
was
do
the
that, if you want to play that game, like
First off, the thing about Goku is, he is a pure blood Saiyan, and pure blood Saiyans are instinctual.
What are you
and
saying?
First off, they didn't know love and compassion. They don't have that type of style for it. Like when Raditz took Gohan, that was love for him because that is the Saiyan bond. Like
Save
that
him from this measly planet.
exactly.
Yes.
That was like that's my kin. That's my that is like King Vegeta defending Vegeta. Like that's his son. Like, and it was a different type of love, and that's the thing that he feels with him. So I find that no, I don't think he ignores his wife because in Super, the
It's
first
her.
thing he
She's the battle
does,
axe.
and first thing he does is work a real job. And he knows he has to work a real job because he has to put food on the table. He has to be a good dad. He understands, but his instinctual thing is he was raised as a fighter. He knows fighting. He knows how to challenge people with the way of his fist.
That's what he's good at.
And that's what he does.
doesn't
And
know,
Chi-Chi was like that.
and doesn't know what sex is.
Because Chi-Chi
No, but she loved him for who he
chastised him
was.
Okay, but
constantly. Always yelling at him.
also,
Well, yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, where's my son?
Oh, that he dropped the ball on that for sure.
Where's my son?
With Piccolo.
yeah, with who? Like the devil?
Yeah.
The devil?
The son of the devil.
The son of the
son of the devil.
Her alien devil.
The son of
Yeah.
the alien devil who I fought for years is now my friend. Who was more of a father to him than I ever was.
That was weird.
That's just
But
a
he
meme.
died.
It is.
But
kind of a
everybody
meme.
died. Everybody
died.
Listen, I'm more than willing to admit my Dragon Ball lore is not as up to date as I would like it to be.
Watch Dragon Ball.
Well, of course.
Is great.
Look, Gohan, first off, real quick,
Little bitch.
I have to school you real fast
Let's
It looks like it has to be done
because
put it out there.
Goku died.
multiple times.
All right, so how this all started was there was a power level. Raditz wanted to have Goku come be with him, so he kidnapped his son. The only two people on Earth that can defeat Raditz at that time, and Piccolo knew it, was
they weren't friends at that
They were
point.
not friends.
No. Yeah, they
and
just had to-
he literally went because Raditz kicked Piccolo's ass, just scared the shit out of him.
to get Nail
so
involved.
No, Nail wasn't there yet.
Later.
Piccolo had
Later.
No,
That's
this
later.
is the first episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Saga, wasn't it? Yeah.
Piccolo has to go find Goku because he knows, I can't beat this guy without him. So they go fight him. When Goku knows, it's not enough, and Piccolo has a move that can kill him, and Goku dies, Gohan releases this immense power that gives them the advantage to kill Raditz.
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo knows at this point, this kid has a lot of fucking power. And two stronger Saiyans are going to be there soon. So what does he do? He kidnaps him. Yes, he's kidnapped, okay? That's just how it works. He gets kidnapped and he is forced to train with Piccolo.
I mean, when you're the son of the devil, why wouldn't you?
Piccolo's first intention is pretty much to use Gohan, train him, and, he's going to tap into this potential. And, this evil intention is probably the first start is to use Gohan to fight his worst, his nemesis.
Yes.
But through this trial of just training with him and teaching him, it's a kinship that's formed. And now this Namekian has formed a kinship with this Saiyan. So when Goku comes back and fights, it's a mutual respect. It is a respect that he sees Gohan as strong as he is. He sees Piccolo and knows that Piccolo trained him based on the gi. And it is this respect. And Goku fights Vegeta, beats his ass, but they know that there's more evil. So it's when can he stop being a dad? When can he stop defending the planet? He always has to go and fight.
Because it's either he defends them or they all die.
Exactly. It's just done.
The thing is, half the fucking time, it seems like that wouldn't have happened in the first place if Goku hadn't been like, "You look pretty strong. Let's fight."
But that's not how it works. Because
No, it's
how
not.
it all works is this. Saiyans come down, okay?
Yes.
Raditz Goku because he needs to bring him to be with
the last Saiyan. Like,
exactly.
You need to bring,
My brother's on Earth. I need to go to Earth to see what's going down.
Watch
right
your
now.
Bridge series, bro. I'm up to date in that regards, at least.
What happens is they fight. The scouter transmits to Nappa and Vegeta, who also have a transmitter to Frieza because it's all built in the same thing.
Yes.
So they all start doing their thing, and that's how Frieza gets introduced into this entire bullshit.
And Frieza's Space Hitler.
Frieza's
Space Hitler, yes.
Yes. So during this time, the Red Ribbon Army, if you watch Dragon Ball, sends out these things to test and gather data on Goku, data on all Goku's friends, sends them to Namek so that they're getting data on them, and then releases the androids. Goku's like at this point, like, yeah, we're back and everything's safe. And then it's now more people coming and Frieza coming back. And it's again has to fight. Then it's like, well, in 3 years, now there's going to be fucking androids that are coming. So then it's like training for that. Then they have to fight these androids. And then there's another threat. It's Cell. So they have to fight Cell. Then...
and Dragon Ball Z, like, he gets super rusty. He's just living the life of a dad, just working.
Exactly.
Well, like, is he though? Is he though?
He tried.
He's a farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer that looks after his kid and his wife.
And you know what's really eerie about
He
all
did
this?
leave Goten in charge of the tractor. That's not.
But you know what's eerily similar to all that? Superman.
Oh my.
Wow,
Superman gets a day job.
A farmer.
Superman gets to like
An alien from another planet arrives and is raised as a human being. Is raised
Came first though.
Superman.
Superman came first.
Well, no, it was they're both Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball's based on a very old.
Yeah, like Sun
old
Wukong,
comic.
Monkey King. Yeah, like the monkey.
Yeah.
If you look into what fucking Wukong could do, he was an anime character, for Christ's sake. So that's thousands of years. But I'm talking about Sun Wukong never was an alien that came down from the fucking planet.
God.
Yeah, he was a monkey. He was a monkey. He got a special thing. He was made immortal multiple times over by various MacGuffins. He beat the shit out of everybody in heaven. And then Buddha was like, "Here, jump out of the palm of my hand." He's like, "Okay." Oh, actually, my hand is the universe, and you can't jump out of the universe, idiot. And it's like, I guess I'm defeated. It took literally Buddha himself to be like, "You're under my thumb now."
But I get like you can have the premise of Superman. But the thing is that I feel Superman gets more of a normal life experience than Goku ever does.
Well, yeah, like
Goku's like forced to always train.
Well, like the problem though is I don't know how much of it is like either a direct result of Goku's like actions or a direct result of Goku's like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll just fight him.
No, it never really happens like that. The problem is that his immense power is what attracts these people to him, and his culture is
Like,
to fight.
even-
So that's what he's going to do.
Even Boo Saga, he's dead. He's only allowed to come back for one day
Yeah.
Half the time he's fucking dead.
to fight in the
Weird.
to fight in the fucking tournament.
And
And
as well.
If you want to talk about
It's
deaths, Superman's not much better. I'm not going to deny that. For Christ's sake, there were 4 Supermen running around at one point.
Yeah.
But like, what my main thing is, I guess at the end of the day, I'm basically just saying Superman's a bit more responsible and like a little more attentive and like
Goku does some insanely unsensible shit.
it's like.
Well, he's a little bit of a goof.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
But here's the thing, you should look into this. This guy's called Plague of Gripes. He has like he likes Dragon Ball, but he has some just like legitimate criticisms of the series, and he's just like Goku gets dangerously like it's not his fault, it's the writer's fault. He gets dangerously low levels of intellect as like this the series goes on, and it's like criminal, like criminal negligence. Like
if they were in the same universe,
whoops, dropped it.
He's not
Superman would
training
hunt him
his
down.
mind.
Well, the thing is,
Batman would try and hunt his ass down as well. He's like, you're a danger to society.
well, but the thing is, Goku would just kick their ass. Unless they got like, oh, I've Bruce, what have you come up with? It's like, oh, I've created a variation of kryptonite that like you can hit, like use in your hand and it will kill Goku because it can like track
Those
his
anime characters.
That's why I like Batman. He can kill almost every other superhero.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? Superman and Batman are friends.
I know.
They're friends.
But you know what else? Superman could just fucking rip open that tuxedo or suit. Sorry, tuxedo. He could rip open his fucking suit and he's just Superman. He's there. He's not busting his ass training.
He doesn't have to.
mean,
exactly.
Read All-Star Superman.
Okay, all right. There's a million renditions where there's only one Goku. And that
That-
one Goku trains every single day because he knows that there's people stronger than him.
He's like One Punch Man. You just do 1,000,000 push-ups a day.
Like Superman can just fly up to the sun and just be like, yeah, I'm God. Ah!
Imagine seeing him absorb the entire
Like,
sun.
and this was this thing from the Death Battle, which I don't particularly care for the Death Battle series. I think they get a lot of shit wrong. But the one thing that they did say was Goku's arc or like character is somebody who constantly strives to be better, and that's his hook. Like you want to see Goku succeed. The hook with Superman is like, personally, I'm not that big into Goku. I like Dragon Ball as like a cultural phenomenon. I'm not going to begrudge anybody for like liking Goku. My problem is Goku's so much better of a character than Superman because Superman is just like the point of the characters is different.
yes.
Yeah.
Goku's character is constantly striving, like, and this gets into like some problems with the writing too, but like that's the ultimate charm of the series is as time goes on, Goku gets better, and you see a man be be the best person he can be through training, through hard work. You see him overcome. It's like if Batman could through training achieve the level of strength that Superman has. You get to see him struggle like that. The thing with Superman is the interesting thing with him is why would this godly being find it in his weird, we don't even know what his heart looks like. Why would he find it in his heart after like being raised by these two strangers from Kansas? Why would he choose to be good?
Well,
The interesting thing is he chooses to be good when he could easily just go, all right, fuck this. Every dictatorship on planet Earth is gone and I've
Punch the
taken
earth
over.
into half.
but you could say the same thing about Goku, man. Like,
Good. Yeah, you can
the
say
thing
that
is-
about a lot of superheroes.
he finds out that he's part of, like, the thing about the Superman's race is he's from Krypton.
He's from Krypton, yes.
So what is Kryptonian?
He is Kryptonian,
Okay,
yes.
so therefore the Kryptonians were just like humanoid people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were just average people
Yeah, aren't they just normal
on
dudes
their
on that
planet.
Red sun makes him weak.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? Like they're like just normal. It's like Second Earth if we really want to kind of just dumb it down to something.
There are some stories where, well,
But-
we won't get into it
But
because
let's
comics.
dumb it down to what it is.
Good.
It's just Second Earth. So yeah, you can see that there's compassion and love and all this stuff that, you know, is probably passed down to him so that when he goes to this planet, like he goes to Earth, and he has these powers, yeah, that's fucking great. But
did his parents like teach him to be this way?
Well, like that's part of
he
it.
was baby.
Well,
Right.
But Goku, hold on, let me just finish this point. Goku is sent down here to destroy Earth purposely, is here to kill everyone. Bonks his head, forgets what he's about, and learns and how to do everything. I know.
Yep.
But then he Raditz, Q Dragon Ball Z, comes down and really informs him, yo, we're the last of our kind. We're actually pirates.
Vegeta's blowed up.
And we kill people. You're actually supposed to be here killing everybody. Why does he find out who he really is supposed to be, what his mission was supposed to be, and he fucking, after this godly being who could shoot lasers out of his hands, says, no fucking way. You know, there's the difference between the two is
you
that
form connections.
you have exactly you have this person who on Second Earth is just Second Earth, and then you have Planet Vegeta full of pirates, dictatorship, actual
The Ginyu
marauders, enslavers,
Yes.
like things like that. Like his actual background is evil, and he chooses to be good.
so
That's why,
That was very well
Goku's-
put. I like that.
Goku's-
No, he's a great character.
in my opinion, Goku has more of a hero reason. Like he is a hero. He knows, and he now also knows there's only at this point 4 full, including him, full blood Saiyans. His everything he actually knows and what he's about is destroyed and killed, and now he chooses to fight against his kind, to protect people that aren't his, pretend people that aren't anything. He has to fight them.
dude, literally replace every time you say Goku with Superman, and that's his story.
It was crazy.
That's his story.
I know.
It is.
I know.
To the letter. Okay, so you go back to Krypton. Hello, General Zod.
They were a bunch of
Hello,
bastards.
yes. Hello, General Zod, the evil Kryptonian. Oh, you have shown up on Earth with 2 other evil Kryptonians, very similar to the 3 Saiyans that show up on Earth.
It is
and you
crazy
say,
how similar.
This is amazing. You haven't taken over the planet with your godly powers. Why haven't you done that? Because I love them. They're worth saving.
But
Am I talking about Goku or Superman right now?
But didn't Krypton not have powers on their planet?
On their planet, they didn't. They had technology, and Zod was a general. Then they got banished to the Phantom Zone, and that's a whole fucking thing.
But they get here, and there they have powers on our planet. Goku has powers no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference between the two is like obviously the Saiyans, they're all basically assholes. Do you know what I mean? They are.
Yeah.
But with Krypton, they're not all looking to conquer everything ever.
Like every Saiyan is
depends
just,
on the writer, but usually no. Yeah.
This is the purpose of a Saiyan. Have sons, and half the time, like their lord, you didn't have sons. It's kind of like who gives a shit, and take over planets for the Galactic Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they are pure blood of hate. They are hatred, and you have Goku, who just. He's so good. Like, he may not be the best dad, and he may not be anything, but he constantly protects the weak. He constantly restores. He also always is like, I don't actually want to fight or kill you. Like, I want you to be my friend. Like, I don't want this. Let's not have this.
I enjoy.
But he chooses to learn people's by that way, by fighting with them.
The similarities between both Superman and
It's
Goku.
eerie.
Yeah.
It is eerie. Like in the dubbing, they tried to make it so who's Goku's dad? Bardock. In the English translation, what did they call Bardock?
They didn't call him something else, did they?
He was a scientist.
Oh, for God's sake!
It's like Jor-El.
Oh, for God's
Well, I don't
sake.
see. I don't know if you. want
But
to
he was
No.
a warrior in the original Japanese.
Yeah.
So this is where the different part of it comes with the English translation because it's more understandable. Goku's story is more understandable for us through the Superman lens than it is through the Sun Wukong lens.
So I know that right now the father of Goku is no longer canon to the series, but from father of Goku, the old Bardock special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not canon.
No, it's not.
He was cool as
With
shit,
Super,
though.
well, Bardock's still canon, but that story's not canon.
Oh my
So,
God.
but the thing is that Bardock was not a scientist. He
he
was
was in
part of a
fleshed
low
out
level,
Yes.
a low level
But that's what the
sand troop who
what you said.
Yeah, but the thing is, to make it more understandable, dang, Goku's dad is an asshole. To make it more acceptable for a Western audience, they put it through the lens of Superman.
Yeah.
A lot of the shit got translated to make it seem more like Superman.
I could see that, but at the same time, if you're going to do the name comparisons, if you're really looking at all of the different characters' names, a lot of them are just named after fruits and vegetables.
I know.
And I don't know if that really gives a lot of credence.
For
to
me,
that.
I think the Goku character gets kind of lost in translation because it's
Yeah.
literally so heavily tied to Sun Wukong and all that stuff. And if you look into this actual story, it's like, oh well, fucking of course, it's literally there. And now,
he had in Dragon Ball was basically ripped from the monkey.
yeah, his
stuff.
giant
Yes.
staff.
Yeah.
If Zack Snyder or whoever wants to make Superman like Jesus, and we have to see him through the lens of Jesus, Goku has to be seen through the lens of Sun Wukong, which is 4,000 years worth of Jesus as a character. So I think for me, it's a bit of a cultural divide that got lost in translation. And I don't know, man.
just shows us how connected we really are.
Yeah.
What if Lil Po is actually just Jesus reincarnated?
You done goof.
Have we gotten a confirmation on Lil Po? You heard it here first. Lil Po is he's MIA right now.
Dodging us.
He's dodging us at the Half-Life crew.
He's got Wi-Fi, man.
He's got Wi-Fi.
My heart's breaking.
Well, listen. Let's go into our last topic of the night before we wrap up our CT Casual podcast. As always, it's super awesome to be chilling with you guys, but we need to talk about Disney's new Star Wars show. I really want to go. All right, Matt's laughing.
I'm gonna leave that shit out.
So I have basically cut off all ties with Star Wars since the last movie. Not Solo.
Hardline. Hardline,
Last Jedi? I will never give them my money for anything Star Wars related ever again.
I need to see
They're
last
dead
movie.
to me. They're dead to me.
I respect that.
Okay.
On the other hand, I'm watching every single fucking thing that comes out, and you can't stop me.
That's fine. No.
See the movie.
I want you to do what you want to do, but I personally, I have been wronged, and I don't ever want to be wronged like that again.
Can I ask you, for The Last Jedi, what was your biggest gripe? And I'll tell you mine once you tell me yours.
Spoilers for The Last Jedi.
We might have to do. Yeah, the whole movie is a spoiler. It just feels cheesy that they took all of these old characters that we knew and loved, and they murdered them all off. I hated the captain of the ship. I hated the way everybody died. I hated the way that they portrayed the protagonists like it's supposed to be the old movies, and it's not, because you're never going to be able to do that. Just come up with your own original plot instead of rehashing old stuff like I've been saying all day. It's annoying.
Biggest gripe of the entire movie for me was the unnecessary gambling planet subplot that just honestly fucking was so dumb.
What was the point?
This is the entire movie right here. What's the dude's name with the jacket? The new starfighter dude, like everybody loves him?
DJ.
Poe?
No, Poe. Yeah, Poe.
Poe is his name. Okay, so what's up with the okay, I gotta lack of names because I really fucking couldn't stand the movie. So Poe, who's the purple-haired chick who takes over the ship? Because
I despise her.
So this is my thing right here. This is the biggest gripe. What's her name?
Admiral Holdo.
Okay, so if Admiral Holdo just told Poe the plan, then all of them would be alive. Yep. Instead, she wanted to be a fucking annoying asshole, keep everything to herself, the entire stupid escape route that they were trying to pull, all that type of stuff. Instead, Poe sends Flynn and this fat rose bitch to a gambling planet to find people, to bring them there, for the guy to just betray them. And honestly, if she would have just told Poe the plan, none of that would have had to happen. Instead, it was Disney's way of just being like, there's force-using children on this planet, so we have to introduce them somehow. And it's like just so unnecessary because they didn't even go down there to get the guy they want. They found some other dude who was a smuggler. He comes back on. He betrays them. It's so dumb and unnecessary.
You know what? When we're speaking about
Star Wars,
when we're speaking about like Goku and Superman and all this stuff, what's the main protagonist's name? Rey, I think. It's Rey?
Yeah.
How
does she, with absolutely no training whatsoever, already know how to wield a lightsaber and use the Force like it's nothing?
She's supposed to be the chosen one.
That's ridiculous.
So was Anakin, okay?
So was Luke.
And they both had to train, and she did not.
Also, oh my God, with Mark Hamill, bro. Mark Hamill, why would you even dust off your cloak, bro? When they friggin' shoot at him and then it's like this, he's obviously there in Force hologram. And he's just there, he just dusts off his stupid cloak like he was, like, come on, that's not Jedi, dude.
No, it's not.
All right.
Hand goes through his arm.
All right. I literally recorded multiple sessions of me on my own, like a schizophrenic lunatic at work when like I had downtime about all the stuff that I enjoyed about The Last Jedi and all the stuff that I did not care for.
The counselor room scene was the best fucking scene. Like with what's his face? The main bad guy, pretend
Kylo Ren? Oh, Snoke.
With Kylo, yeah, that scene right there. Right in that room.
Hey, who even is this guy? Like, I don't understand the plot anymore.
He's a leech, bro. He's definitely attached to somebody. Even though I heard Palpatine's coming back.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I know, because we have to get the nostalgia.
It's not nostalgia. It's just hurting the fan base.
Here's the thing. This is where I come in and I'd be really concerned.
Darth Maul comes out.
Did you see Solo?
So I know at the end.
Like I said, I'm boycotting.
Hold on. End of Solo though. Transmission, it's Darth Maul with his robot legs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Have you seen Clone Wars? Have you seen Clone Wars?
Yeah, I have.
All right.
I read so many comics and like...
I know that he's not dead.
Best thing that Star Wars has ever come out with.
Love Darth Maul.
Like...
The Clone Wars show?
No. Clone Wars show before that. The
Oh,
actual
Star
like
Wars, Clone Wars, not Star Wars, the Clone
the
Wars.
actual like
Again,
animation.
Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I did enjoy
If
that.
you want to know why that was so good, because it was so canon from Clone Wars to Revenge of the Sith. And hold on, the reason being is because if you didn't watch that show, you have no idea why General Grievous has his cough.
Yeah.
You have no idea why he holds his chest that way. And what happens is that when they act, you have no idea why Palpatine got kidnapped or how he got kidnapped. But you watch this show, you actually get to see the whole thing of what happened during the Clone Wars, all the battles that took place, and how Grievous got, like how he killed multiple Jedi, got their sabers, and kidnap Palpatine. And right before they get on the ship to get out of there, Windu comes and force crushes his chest. And that's how he gets the cough.
General Grievous was my favorite character.
He was super
I
sick.
Loved him so
A lot of
much.
people had gripes with that.
I
with
loved
that
him.
Because he
series of
wasn't
movies, but it was
enough. Like
good.
if they did Grievous in the movie, what they did in the animated show and showed how fucking crazy he actually was, I would have been satisfied with his death in the movie.
They don't have time to do that kind of character development.
I'll be honest.
Then don't come out with the movie.
I agree
you know
with
what
you.
I'm saying?
I agree.
I'll be honest. I didn't need any of that stuff explained.
I did.
I didn't need any of that explained.
Because you played Knights of the Old
no, no, no,
Republic.
no, 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 no.
We can
Great
talk about
game.
that.
No, no, no.
Great game.
Buy an
I
Xbox just to play it on.
Yep.
I didn't need any of that stuff explained
PC
because
Master Race.
what was there was good enough for me. Like I didn't need to see.
So you liked Revenge of the Sith?
Oh no, not Revenge of the Sith. I'm talking about the Clone Wars, the animated shit. I didn't need like the Clone Wars 2D animated show by Gendy. Shout out to Gendy.
You didn't need that?
No, I didn't need the chest crushing scene. It was nice that it was there. I cared about the Vision Quest. I cared about the stellar animation. I cared about getting the insight into Anakin's character and his downfall.
I never
I cared about
watched
that
it,
shit.
but I've seen some like animations
Dude,
from it. I've been, wow.
If
what
you
the
watch
hell are
right
you
now,
doing?
if you just go on YouTube, put it in, it's a 2-hour thing, and you can watch every single thing right up to it.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours long. If you watch Clone Wars, right when the end of Geonosis fight and Anakin loses his hand, picks up right off of there, moves all the way through until Revenge of the Sith. If you watched that movie, that 2 hour short into Revenge of the Sith, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense.
I think that Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the 3D one, did the Clone Troopers characterization better.
Yeah.
But I will say that the 2D one did the Clone Troopers like fighting. Captain Fordo is his dick swings past his knees to slap every battle droid in fucking existence.
You want to just see clones act like actual fucking commando troopers, dude?
Yeah.
Like from no talks to just gesturing to like snipers to like medics to fucking rocket launchers. It is an amazing 2 hours.
My favorite scene from episode 2 of Star Wars was when Obi-Wan goes to the planet and just finds all of the clones. I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
The one thing I really-
And then it went downhill.
The one thing I wish we knew more in the plot, I think the biggest plot, what made the 3 movies, the prequels, really fuck up was all the plot holes. I think first. Oh yeah. Well, first you got you got
Take your fucking pick, and that's why the fucking.
well, yeah, you got Phantom Menace with the Midi-chlorians. You didn't even need to bring that up. That was a stupid thing that didn't even need to be said.
Like that's my philosophy about like the General Grievous cough thing. It's cool that they showed it. Don't care.
But the thing is that
Some people like those little bits.
Yeah,
you
I
would
know,
want
but,
it.
like,
Why
it
wouldn't
just
you
doesn't
want
matter
to?
to me.
Why wouldn't you want to see it if you watch the animated short? You see Grievous just being this ultimate badass, 4-armed, moving fast, slaying Jedi in their
Not a Jedi
track.
or a Sith, but using that.
Glad I
fucking
saw that. Glad I saw that. The fact that they also added in the chest crush scene, it didn't matter to me if
So
they
then,
included
if
that.
you watch Revenge of the Sith and let's say like that part, let's say they negated the entire part. Windu doesn't crush his chest, but you did watch the animated short, see how badass and fast he is, and how crazy good he is. Then you just cut to the movie. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
holy fuck!
I'm willing to bet that he's been fighting Jedi long enough that at some point they injured him. Done.
Yeah.
No, that makes no sense.
Wear
to
and
me.
tear.
How did
He's old as
Palpatine get kidnapped? Like all that type of stuff.
Well,
makes
here's
no
the
sense to
thing.
me.
That's hard to say because of how literally quick the time frame is between that scene and that scene. If they had if he had failed like the kidnapping of Palpatine, and then the third movie shows the successful one or whatever, it wouldn't have mattered to me.
But I just don't get what you mean. Like that is a
The
huge
detail is
plot
the
hole.
detail is nice. I care more about knowing about the character of General Grievous more than I do about like his cough.
But you got to know everything about General Grievous.
Yeah.
You got to go to his temple and see his evolution.
In the 3D one?
In the 2D one.
In the 2D one, his temple?
Yes. Kit Fisto is sent to a planet. He is he goes into a temple and sees all the statues of Grievous.
With his Mon Cal with his Mon Cal Padawan, right?
Who?
His Mon Cal Padawan with like the other one who gets killed by Grievous?
Yeah.
That's a 3D one.
No, that's a 2D one.
That's a 3D one.
Watch the 2D show.
Pull it up.
All right, but okay, so what
Chris,
is
this
going
is my
on
childhood. You're not going to win this. It was the 3D one. Kit Fisto, General Grievous, Lair of Grievous. That was the name of the episode. Lair of Grievous.
While
Lair
we're
of
looking
Grievous
this
is in
up,
the 2D one.
Nope.
what's going on with the new stuff? That's
Fuck the new stuff.
that's fine.
Point
That's
out.
fine.
Grievous. Yep, right there. This one.
Let me see it.
Uh-oh. I did not.
Oh my God. Okay, Tommy Wiseau, get out of here. Based on fact checking, Matt was right.
Everybody, I get one a day where I get to,
It's cool,
where I get
dude.
to be
But
right.
honestly, still super badass.
Oh no, I'm not going to deny it's
But
badass.
so
I'm just,
my thing is this,
thing.
and how I'm trying to argue is because I like the 2D version better than the 3D version any day. I'm sorry, I just do.
They both have enough strengths for me to like them both.
But can you admit that at least the 2D animation is the perfect fast forward canon from episode 2 to episode 3?
If you had to do it in as short amount of time as possible, it like when it was released, neat, tidy, perfect, hard to beat. I am forever grateful that the 3D one exists.
But the thing is the 3D one takes a great deep dive into it.
Yeah.
It makes it more deep dive into the character development, which you're looking for. But I'm talking about if somebody needed the plot holes covered.
Done.
There you go.
Done.
You get a
Done.
2 hour short.
It's a
You get to
perfect
watch
bridge.
them all, and it's right
It is
there.
a perfect bridge. I loved it then. I love it now. Still think that the characterization was done better because they had more time and great
Well,
talent.
those shorts were only 5 minutes long.
Yeah, and
if
then
you
like,
remember. Because episode 3
you
was
don't have to
coming
tell
out.
me, bro. You don't gotta tell me, bro. I was there.
I
Don't
always-
tell me. I was there when it was happening.
I remember I was in 6th grade, dude, and I was just like, I want to fucking ride an ATT all day.
I
dog.
want to joust with Obi-Wan.
Yes, dude. Such a badass show. But
Best Star Wars game is Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace on the PS1. Fight
I
me.
don't. I
did you just
Yeah.
say
Fight
that?
Yes, fight me. Do
Thank
you know what? Because when you go to Mos Eisley, it becomes an open world game where you can do whatever the fuck you want. I loved that. I loved how
First off,
it looked janky as shit and it plays
Best-
janky as shit and I can speedrun that shit.
best Star Wars games. Is
Jedi Power Battles, close second.
Fuck out of here. First off,
Give me,
Close
your,
second.
give me your top 5.
can I get mine first?
Get your top
Can
5.
I just give my top?
top
three? I want us to do top three.
All right, everybody, top 3. Go.
Okay, so automatically is Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Old Republic.
I'm going to say those goes without saying.
And
That's not
honestly,
my
like
top
I'm
three.
not looking for story for Star Wars games, so Battlefront 1 and 2 for PlayStation 2.
Cool.
Amazing games. Amazing games.
All right, and you, you go ahead.
Number 1. Actually, I'm going to go to number 3 first.
Okay, go ahead.
That goddamn pod racing game that you could
64?
find.
It
was very good.
No,
It
the
was
ones
very
where you were
good.
actually
Yep.
driving them.
Yeah.
For, the
no.
for the Nintendo 64, they had
No,
it for that one.
for the actual arcade.
I played the
arcade.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, arcade, but I did have the Nintendo 64
too.
one.
Me too.
That was good as
That
well.
was
I think
one
we
of
were
my
both
favorite
based
games.
on the same
Favorite
game.
grade.
as a kid.
All right, the council's in agreement.
Number 2 is Jedi Power Battles. I do not give a damn.
Whatever, dude.
Groan all you want. Number 1 is obviously for me is the PS1 Star Wars Episode 1.
This is a very British perspective.
Dude,
This is
when you got so heavy into those games like I did, because I didn't have a lot of money, like games I got was
Nothing
like
wrong with
once
that.
a year. So I was like, I need to get Star Wars. Star Wars is life.
It's true.
Got it, played it. It was janky as crap. But once you kind of like dive through it and you start realizing, okay, I can still kind of like play around with this, it was so
Dude.
good.
Just like Disney, they got you by the balls. They got your nostalgia
fucking
balls.
Front 1 though. Battlefront 1, you get to play all the battles and you get to just be like,
Nah.
yo, I'm squatting it out. Bro,
I don't
hold
know.
the fuck up.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 is dope because of
I
space
actually agree
battles.
with
Battlefront 2 better.
I like Battlefront 1 for this. I think that I like the space battles for part 2. It's amazing. I think those are super fun.
Yep.
What I liked about Battlefront 1 was getting those, like, I'm in Geonosis and I'm taking a fucking, like, ship up and I'm taking the air while my friends are taking the ground. That
like the
was super
simulation.
fun, right?
Like the simulation.
Those are fun. Like, and you don't get that in Battlefront 2 because they took all the they took the flying. They took the flying and put it in space. So you don't get the
But the space battles was the only thing I wanted to do.
I love the space battles.
That's what I enjoyed the
And I love
most
Hawk.
as a kid.
You're missing out on the part where you could totally like just like use it as a ground, like surface to air thing.
Yes.
What do you mean?
You could take the ships from the ground, fly them up in the air.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you can also use it to attack the ground too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You can only do that in Battlefront 1.
No, you
can do it in
take
two.
it, fly it in space, fly back down.
Yep.
I have literally had this gripe that there was like, all right, like on Kashyyyk, if you played the Clone Wars side, you got to take like a fucking starfighter in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. In Battlefront 1, in Battlefront 2, it's like they took all, like, all right, I know that some of the ships are on the maps for air, but not all of the ships had, like, not all of the airships were in those maps. And they instead gave you the starfighter, like, they actually gave you, like, the space battles, which I'm not saying are bad. I'm not saying are shitty.
You just had a better experience.
I had a better experience in part 1 because, first off, I don't want to play as a Jedi if I'm playing Battlefront.
All right,
I'm playing.
That's another strike.
It's all subjective.
But this, all right. My thing is this too. Like,
We're friends, Chris.
You're kind of coming off cheap. You're coming off cheap when you
Chris,
pick a. No,
Chris, we're friends.
no. Fuck you. You get the heroes and shit, and that's bullshit.
All right, but what about Hero Battle? Hero
battles are fun, but I'm talking
we can all
about
agree Hero Battle was cool.
Listen, Battlefront 1 was dope because it wasn't overpowered bullshit. Like, you were literally just classes. You didn't have like.
Do you want to talk about EA's Battlefront? Because we can
I'm
talk
not
about
talking
that.
I will never play. I will never play that, and I swear I'll never play that. Anyway, I bought both, and I was like, I'm returning these immediately.
Pay to win.
But my thing is this: that
pay to win.
in Battlefront 1,
A brief moment of glory, and then it fizzled.
in Battlefront 1, you get points and you get Jedi Knight on your team. And instead of Jedi Knight, you get to be the Jedi Knight, you're fighting alongside him. Like, he's here, he's invincible. Like, you got to earn that, and you're fighting alongside of him as the clone or the rebels or the Star or like the Empire or the Sith.
Yeah.
Quick
I like
tangent
that.
in
I
by the
don't
way.
like. Hold on. I gotta say this. I don't like Battlefront 2 because I felt like the hero part of it all was just, it took away from being in those battles. Like, I feel like you could go fight your friend in the fucking like wars and like you get Darth Maul, bro, you win. You're done. Like, you can wipe out 120 people with Darth Maul.
Yeah,
He has
yeah, I
fucking
can see
force
that.
push and force saber throw. Like, you can literally push everyone. If like an army of 20 dudes is coming at you, you force push them, all are gone, and you throw your lightsaber and 20 troops are eradicated. In a second, that's such bullshit.
I can see that, but you just got to learn how to fight against it. I don't
You're
know.
crazy.
I don't know what to say. I love it.
God.
You're fucking nuts.
I feel like the one game that kind of got that right in multiplayer that kind of used like, oh, here's the hero dude is BioShock 2 multiplayer where you could be the big daddy. It was so good.
I didn't really like
I
that.
didn't do the
Randomly,
multiplayer.
no one played it. I
will mention my favorite Star Wars game. This might be contentious, but I loved this as a kid. Bounty Hunter.
Never played
I love Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I love it.
Top 5.
It's in there at least, but that's my favorite.
Oh, also loved this. Oh my God, I wish I could remember the name. But you played as 3 clone troopers. One was named, I wish I could remember.
Commando.
Yes,
Yep.
dude. And Rex gets taken at the end. And you never.
Not Rex.
What was his name?
Let's see. It was Sev.
Sev. I think it was Sev who got taken anyway.
Republic Commando trooper names.
I'm thinking of Rex because I'm thinking about the other trooper.
Because it's a good show. And like short, one syllable name. They seem to be liking that more and more these days. Let's see.
Fixer,
Boss Fixer.
Scorch, Sev.
Yep. Boss Fixer, Scorch, Sev. Squad base.
I think it was Scorch.
Yeah.
Because at the end, like you're in the last mission, you see him get dragged away, and they
Sev.
never came out with
That-
part 2.
Where's my Imperial Commando?
But they never came out with part
Yeah,
2.
exactly.
They canceled it.
Yeah, no Imperial Commando, no Republic Commando 2. Ridiculous.
Have you guys seen the new game coming out?
Huh?
That
brand
looks
new
good.
one.
What?
That one looks
The
good.
brand new Star Wars game coming out.
What's it called again?
I think I know what you're
Look
talking
up the name.
I think it's
I
called,
saw I saw the first trailer with some gameplay. It looks
about.
dark. That's what I'm worried about.
Was it a Clone Commando that you saw?
No.
Or was it?
It's a Star Wars. I know what you're talking about.
Jedi.
I almost-
You're
almost-
a very
Fallen
young
Order?
Jedi.
Fallen
Order.
Yeah, with the guy who played the Joker in Gotham.
Yes.
Oh, the dude
It.
fucking
I
shameless.
watched the trailer. It looks good. I might actually get it.
If it's,
Dude, it's like
open
the
world,
Star Wars Dark Souls.
I'd play that.
Well, I mean, we could talk about Soulsborne
Yeah.
series if you want.
We could talk about
We
Souls.
have
I
to
could
talk about
talk
Star
about-
Wars. We have to talk about Star Wars right now.
This
Hold
will
on.
be a
We'll have to talk about Souls on another
We'll have to, 'cause
another day.
have
We're gonna
you
wrap
guys
it up after
seen
Star Wars.
I love your tattoos,
any
by
of
the
the
way.
trailers for Elden Ring?
It's the best game.
So Miyazaki is coming out with a new game. It's not going to be linear based. It's actually going to be an open style RPG, and he's writing it with the guy who made Game of Thrones.
George R. R. Martin.
Ooh, it's gonna be good.
He's like, I can't-
The sky is
can't
on
finish-
fire.
Can't finish the book, guys. Got to work with fucking
Yeah, right.
Miyazaki, gotta do it. Hey, I don't
I
blame him. It's good. I don't blame him at all. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I like video games. I'm George R. R. Martin.
So it's going to be a Viking Souls game, basically, isn't it?
Kind of, but
Dude,
the
they have
sky
this other
is
kind
on
of
fire.
Souls game. It's with guns though. It just
Oh,
The Surge?
Ashes from the Revenant, I think, is the name. It is actually really good.
My friend-
I'm really excited
my
for
friend
more
Mario
content.
told me he wants to play with me, so I'm about to download it when I get
It's
home.
good.
Oh,
What is it on? When did it come? When did this happen?
It's on console and PC. It's a new game. The problem is I don't like the idea of Souls-like game because just because
Souls
a
with
game
guns.
is
This game
hard
sucks.
does not
Dark
mean that
Souls.
it's Souls-like.
But it
Dark
looks-
Souls is hard for certain reasons for certain people.
for certain readers.
I think it's why I like
Yes.
Monster Hunter World so much because it has kind of the same like combat in a sense, but it's a little bit more fluid and it's like boss
Well,
rush mode.
the reason
About a
why
Monster
the
Hunter
Souls
fan.
type games are hard is
Me
because
neither.
all of the movements, all of your
Yeah.
like weapon swings, everything you have to commit
leads
to,
you open.
you get punished
Yeah.
so much.
And that's why I like Monster Hunter World because
Yeah.
it's similar to that. Like you swing your sword and this thing, if you don't hit it, it's gonna fucking come kill you.
Yeah.
What a
You
bunch
know?
of nerds.
Sorry, dude.
Right?
Did,
You guys
did,
are-
did anyone play Sekiro? Sekiro was
I'm gonna get
real
that.
fun.
I'm not playing that game.
I'm getting it.
It's
I don't
so
play Dark
good.
Souls like
it's
games.
so good.
I didn't think they could hurt me again.
Do you know what I'm playing
Easily.
right now?
But like it hurt
Dragon
in a
Ball
good way,
Z
in a good way, in a
Xenoverse
good way,
2
in a good
again.
way.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, hope you guys all enjoyed the laughs, gags, and crazy controversial topics we talked about today, like Superman or Goku or the Star Wars Disney beef. Still don't know who did the Amazon fire, but I'm pretty sure we're going to find out sooner or later. That concludes this week's episode of CT Casual Podcasts. I'm your host, the original dad bod, Chris Crespo, and signing off with my crew.
Goodbye. I'm Rocky. I love you.
Jake Light, goodbye.
Matt A, never in the way.
Oh God.
And then Francisco says bye.